Here it is, one of the biggest shows of the year. It's the fall TV season. With fall TV season comes those network TV pilots. Me and Troy have made it a ongoing thing every year to make sure that we scour mainly just ABC, Fox, and NBC because they're on Hulu for what is the best, what is the worst, and what is the meh-iest of this year's TV pilots. And now we are about to tell you what we like, what we don't like, what we don't really care to see anymore for our test pilot episode on a very TV edition of the review. Hey, Montavi!
Hey folks, welcome to the Review, a show where two small-town dudes, well, we give you our big dumb opinions.
We do.
Today we talking TV!
We talk about TV!
We talk about test pilots on that TV!
We talk about the boob tube!
Every time this season comes around, I kind of dread it, only because it's like, I gotta watch 8 TV shows.
Now, Troy, come on, it was 7 this time.
7. But then once I'm into it, I find it like way intriguing.
Yeah.
Pilots are so interesting.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, we'll get more into it as we get to the main event of the evening.
I feel like I read too much into this year's pilots too.
Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there. We're going to talk about it.
But I'll just put it this way. Once I'm in, I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of variety.
Yep.
And you know that some of these aren't going to last.
No. I definitely got a few where I'm like, I'll be surprised if you make it halfway through the season.
Yeah. So, if you happen to have Hulu has a great option for catching all the new fall TV in a category just called New Fall TV, where you can catch every single thing we talk about. That's pretty much where I watched
all of them.
That's where I did watch all of them. You can catch them all on Hulu if you have it. If you don't, and you still have network TV, try to just have fun with it and catch these.
Have fun.
Just have fun with it.
Have some fun, damn it.
God. I mean, I have 2 kids and I'm miserable, okay? But I'm having fun with this. Just kidding, I'm not miserable. But I did have a miserable morning. I tell you what.
Yeah,
My friggin' car blew a friggin' tie rod this morning.
Jesus.
So now my fucking car is sitting in my... I eventually got it back into my driveway, and I have 2 pigeon-toed front tires.
Yum.
Just add it to the pile of bullshit.
Add to the pile of bullshit.
Anyway, let's get into some news. I just had to vent real quick to get it out of my system.
Jesus.
Why don't we get some news?
Okay.
I got some news.
Do you have some news?
I think it's good news.
I don't have a lot. Couldn't find a lot of stuff this.
I had to extrapolate on some news.
Okay. I have something that we can double back to that I missed last week because we missed the Emmys last week.
Oh, that's very true. Very true. Like they're here and gone.
They're here and gone.
Then people forget everything about them.
Exactly.
It's on the back of a DVD collection, multiple Emmy award winning shows.
Guess what, guys? We won Emmys. All right,
could be for sound design for all we know. Fuck. The first bit of news I got, JT, it's a big one. I'm going to start out hot.
Oh.
I don't know if we mentioned this last episode, but Spider-Man is back.
That's right. It happened this past week, I think, though. So I think
we're in the clear?
We're in the clear. This is the first people are hearing about it from us.
That's right. Probably at all.
At all. Yeah, no, everyone always gets their news from
Breaking news.
Breaking.
Spider-Man.
This just in.
Spider-Man is back. In the Marvel Universe, albeit for only 2 films. But he's back, baby.
Good.
And apparently, people can thank Tom Holland himself because he met up with head honchos of both Sony and Disney.
He showed up at Kathleen Kennedy's house.
He showed up at Bob Iger's house.
Oh.
Invited who else? Who's from Sony? I have it written down here. Tom Rothman.
Oh, shit.
To come along with the little lad.
He started a truce.
Yeah. And pretty much pleaded the case. Listen, I might not want to do this if I can't play in the Marvel Playground for a little bit longer.
Oh, fuck.
Because we already have things set up and going.
Yeah.
And so what I think they eventually brokered a deal on is that we'll have one more Spider-Man Homecoming movie.
Yeah.
That's in this kind of shared universe.
Yeah.
But mostly over here in Sony's corner.
Yeah.
And then one more Marvel exclusive movie.
Yeah.
Probably where they'll wrap his story up and kind of have him go off and do his own thing.
Yeah.
To give him like a little send-off.
There you go.
I think that's perfect.
There you go.
If Sony's going to have him and people are going to bitch, give him a send-off and it'll be all great and good.
That's all you need.
There you go. Problem solved. Millions of dollars made for Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
People are going to start shitting on this once it's just me in the Sony.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, but that's good news. That's like the best news I could ever have. Like, we went on and on about this. So was the entire internet. That it's Sony's prerogative. They own the character. But I still would like this little little tip of the hat.
Yes.
Okay. See you later.
Yep. Bye.
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 See you later, Tommy.
Bye, Tommy.
So yeah, I'm happy that. So everyone can thank Tom Holland himself.
Yes.
Just do it on the Twitter. Tag him in it.
Tag him.
Say thanks, Tom.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. JT, you a fan of Hot Ones?
I've seen a few episodes
at
your casa.
I love a good Hot Ones, I tell you what.
Yeah.
I've seen almost every up.
Yeah?
Almost. I don't know some of these obscure music people. So I skip those.
Okay.
But Hot Ones is one of the most popular YouTube shows on YouTube. That should go without saying. It is on YouTube.
Without saying.
It's gotten so popular, in fact, it's gotten copycats out there. One being Kevin Smith himself doing a little promotional stuff for his new movie, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Yes.
Him and Jason Mewes, I don't know if pleaded is the right word, but they inquired to be on Hot Ones.
Held at gunpoint.
Yeah. They put Sean Evans at gunpoint, Sean Evans being the host of Hot Ones. Gun to his dick, gun to his head.
Held at both heads.
That they kind of wanted to be on it to promote their new movie.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They declined. Maybe because their schedulings didn't line up. I don't know. I don't know why they would decline this whole thing. So Kevin Smith did his own Wings spoof called Not Ones. Real far departure.
Was really that's
I didn't watch this, but it's pretty much just him and Jason Mewes fucking up how Hot Ones works for like 10 minutes. And then explaining how Hot Ones works while kind of asking questions to one another.
So kind of sort of promoting Hot Ones,
but also kind of
shitting on them.
I don't know. No, it's not shitting on them. More just like an homage. Maybe, I don't know. Imitation's the sincerest form of flattery, I guess.
It sounds like he's just being a bitter dick.
Kind of. Also, MTV has also come up with their own spoof of Hot Ones, even catching the eye of Sean Evans himself. Sean Evans actually tweeting to MTV, saying,
"Fuck."
Almost. How come when weirdos like MTV jack Hot Ones, they do it all the way down to the shitty budget set? Because the MTV show called Wild Sauce is the exact same setup.
Wow.
Even to the point where it's a black curtain background.
Holy shit.
And two people just sitting at a simple table. Like, it's so blatant that it's just... It's stupid, really.
Well, MTV's stupid, so I mean, that's a...
MTV is very stupid. But you know what would bum me out, though? Because
Yeah.
I actually really like Hot Ones. I think Sean Evans is actually a very good interviewer.
Yeah.
And the show actually really loosens people up, and like you get to see how they actually really are once they start getting to really hot sauces.
Yep.
Which makes for a really fun interview. It's a really great show, but would really suck because I've already seen like a Hot Ones spoof on like Tonight Show or like The Late Show or something like that,
Yeah.
and like that gets millions of views.
Hot
and,
Ones is becoming like the Netflix of hot wings
yeah, Hot Wing
of hot
talk
wings
shows.
consumption interviews.
So like, just say James Corden did it. It's probably Jimmy Fallon to be more exact, but they just do it. They put the clip on YouTube. It'll get like 10 million views.
Yeah.
And people feel like, oh, that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And then just shit on the original one.
Jimmy Fallon's a genius. This guy's ripping off Jimmy Fallon.
That's why fucking old people suck. Because
This guy ripped off Jimmy Fallon 3 years ago.
Yeah. So, anyway, I just thought that was funny news because I like Hot Ones and people can suck it if they want to copy it.
People can suck it if they don't like it.
JT, Walking Dead is done.
Uh-oh.
The book is
Yeah.
complete.
Okay.
We touched on that as the series actually did come to a close in that actual week.
Okay.
Meaning the Compendium 4 is now for sale, which means
Yep.
you can finish the third one finally and give it back so you can borrow the fourth one.
Okay. I guess I'll do it.
I'll have to buy the fourth one. So yeah, check it out if you are a collector of the compendiums.
I'll hold the third one hostage and then we'll do like an
Oh,
exchange.
son of a bitch.
Like, just put the fourth one in the middle of the floor, and then I'll
Step
let the
away.
third, and step away, let the third one go.
So if you are a collector of the large compendiums of Walking Dead, that is now for sale. If you like it for a radical discount, go to instocktrades.com and you can get it at 44% off.
Jesus.
The original cover price, I think, is $60. You can get it for $35 if you act fast. So go ahead and do that.
Do it.
Kevin Feige.
Yes.
We touched a little bit on some Marvel news earlier with a little bit of Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, the megalomaniac producer of the Marvel films, is maybe onto something else entirely.
Oh.
Rumor has it that he will be producing a yet mystery Star Wars film in the near future, and apparently has a major actor in mind to play a part in said movie. Now, he is a huge Star Wars fan. He was a Star Wars fan even before a comic fan.
Yeah.
So this is a near and dear thing to his heart.
Yeah.
Many speculate that he will take over for Kathleen Kennedy.
I heard this as well.
Maybe if she retires or gets forced out.
Yeah.
Forced being a pun.
Because I've heard like rumors that Kathleen Kennedy is not much of a, not that she is a fan, she just doesn't really understand it.
That could be...
Like, that's why there's a whole lot of these, like, so yeah, let's give Boba Fett a spinoff. Or like, why?
For what?
Well, people like him.
But what... Okay, I want to know what, like, really... Even, like, Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So he is, like... I guess, like, everyone calls him the mastermind of the Marvel Universe or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what really does he do? Because he's not writing the movie.
No. I think he like maybe keeps the consistency.
That's fair enough. So, like, Kathleen Kennedy has, like, almost the same job as Feige, but over here in the Star Wars corner.
Yeah.
What really would be her input if she doesn't really understand it? There's not real consistency between the
Make
movies.
it more spacey.
So I just kind of want to know if anyone really knows that. Can you just tell me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I guess consistency is it, and I know they're producing it, so they're putting up a chunk of their own capital for something.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What does a producer do?
Produces.
Yeah. So anyway, would you be a fan of Feige maybe venturing over to the Star Wars?
Yeah, especially
corner?
if he's a fan.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, probably he would do good in terms of, like, what he's done with Marvel, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, we would see.
Maybe, like, side projects that he would produce off of that. Now that they have Disney Plus, I think he could probably forefront, like, some side projects that would make maybe even past movies seem more interesting.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd like to see him go over there too, just maybe to get something else. He's been in like the Marvel universe for so long.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he doesn't like. He's probably making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
He's probably living pretty comfortably.
No, but I think even at a certain point, you're just like, okay, well, I've pretty much done everything I can with this. I want to try something else.
And it makes me wonder too. So like, since Disney has just acquired Fox, and they're getting all of these other properties like Fantastic Four and X-Men and the rest.
Yeah.
Now they can play with. I would assume that extends like Feige's interest a little bit more to still play with these toys.
Yeah.
So like, I don't even know when he would make that jump to Star Wars, unless it's just like a one kind of deal here to get his feet wet.
Oh yeah.
And then can finish up what he's doing over here with superheroes, then jump back into Star Wars. Don't know. Time will tell.
I don't know.
Interesting job.
Interesting.
We'll see, won't we?
Yeah. I think he would probably just leave Marvel altogether, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I don't know how much time he has to put in per project, really. Is he on set every day? What does a producer do?
Call in Kev.
Yeah, let me know, because I want to be
Kev.
one.
Let us know, Big Kev.
Come on. Todd Phillips, director of said Joker movie.
Might be our show for next week.
I kind of want to get out and see that.
Yeah.
Heard decent reviews for
I
it.
have as well.
Amongst other criticisms.
Others.
Um,
Criticisms. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, mostly all the stuff like threats for theaters and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
God, fuck. That scares the shit out of me. I have a screenshot for this, so bear with me.
Oh, I'm Baron.
Just open the fucking
No
thing.
children. I'm Baron.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. So Todd Phillips says that he left comedy. Did you hear about this?
Oh, I did hear this.
He left comedy due to, quote, woke culture. And I actually have a quote from him that I'm pulling up right here. So this is a quote from Todd Phillips, director of Joker and such things as like the Hangover movies. And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Go try to be funny nowadays with this woke culture, he said. There were articles written about why comedies don't work anymore. I'll tell you why. Because all the fucking funny guys are like, fuck this shit, because I don't want to offend you. It's hard to argue with 30 million people on Twitter. You just can't do it, right? So you just go, I'm out. And you know what? With all my comedies, I think that what comedies in general all have in common is that they're irrelevant. So I go, how do I do something irrelevant but fuck comedy? So I know, let's take the comic book movie universe and turn it on its head with this. And so that's really where that came from. So that's his quote. Meaning, so to paraphrase, you can't do edgy comedies anymore because people get offended.
Yeah.
Whereas
So
Taika Waititi just played Hitler in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, it's not you can't do something, like, edgy. It's just that you have to be smarter
Yeah.
to do it.
You have to, the punchline doesn't have to, like, shit on, like, the person below you.
Yeah,
Well, not below you, but, like, I don't know.
it just doesn't have to be, I guess, offensive.
Yeah.
I think he's hung up on the wrong thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know, so...
I feel like a quote like that could be taken out of context. Like, I don't know exactly what he meant by it, but maybe for anything he could almost just be saying that, like, I'm not comfortable with myself being able to, like, present something in a comedic style that would, like, offend someone, so maybe I'll just dress it up as drama.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know the actual context of it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just taking it from other things I've read here and there.
But I think it's a real big thing nowadays where people will just take a comment where it's like, yeah, fuck woke culture. And then they're just like, oh, so this guy just wants to say the N-word every day, I guess, huh? I guess that's his thing now? He wants to, like, offend people? Like, no, that's not what he meant. It's just, maybe he's not comfortable with, like, saying the wrong thing and then it being taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like his quote he just did now.
Yeah, for sure. I do disagree with him though.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I disagree too. It's just that I think maybe he just came in with a certain mindset and then maybe phrased it wrong, or maybe he just maybe he's a piece of shit and he's just like, yeah, fuck all these people that are just like trying to like bury people that are trying to bring down people, or whatever. But I don't know. It's just. Yeah.
Gauging by other things that I've seen from him, just take the Hangover movies, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, the first one, like, took the world by storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was, like, exactly the same.
Yeah.
And the third one was, I don't even remember.
Third one is dog shit.
I've seen it, and I can't tell you
it's
one
dog
thing
shit.
that happened in it.
No, it's probably the worst thing ever.
But they're all similar, just a bunch of shitheads being mean.
Yeah.
And if, like, that's what you think, like, edgy, offensive comedy is, like, just step back a minute.
Yeah.
And just need to be more creative with it, if that's your only outlet. So maybe just comedy is not your thing.
Maybe.
Maybe you need to go to some route like this. Because I've heard the Joker movie is getting pretty decent reviews from people who've seen it.
Yeah.
So maybe this is your avenue.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up, Todd Phillips.
This is pretty much the moral of the story. Just shut the fuck up. Like, if I do something where I'm like, I don't think I'm equipped to do this anymore, I'm not going to be like, hey, guys, I'm not equipped to do this anymore.
Maybe this wasn't my thing.
I'm not equipped to do this anymore, and it's all your guys' fault. Like, no.
It's all society's fault, man.
Yeah. I want to do this more, but you guys are dickheads, so I'm not going to do it anymore. What? All right.
Last bit of news I have, I believe, is maybe a big one.
Yeah. Oh, biggin.
Oh my god, it's so big.
Oh, so big.
The massive event of this year.
Yeah.
The Flareoverse Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh.
The event you've been just fucking banging on about it for months.
I'm a little bit drawn to the idea of doing like our Flareoverse update for our Monday shows when we do that crisis thing.
Yes.
Just so you can geek out and I can be like, I don't even know what the fuck happened.
I am so excited for that.
Actually, I have something to talk about that for our flashback coming up this week.
Oh, very good. Let me continue with this news.
Yep.
So the Crisis on Infinite Earths event is, it's a multiverse spanning event.
Yeah.
Where the multiverse is in peril.
Okay.
And with that, this is every show that the Arrowverse is now incorporating and is now canon in this multiverse, right? No. So it's the ones on TV right now.
Yeah.
Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, and Supergirl.
Okay.
Those five. It also includes Black Lightning, which is also on TV right now. That was supposed to be separate.
But it was supposed to be separate.
But now it's together, right? It also now includes the 1990s Flash series starring John Wesley Shipp. It also now includes a possible Batman Beyond universe because they're getting Kevin Conroy back, who voiced Batman in the animated series as an old Bruce Wayne.
It would be cool to see him as a Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Like as a live-action Bruce Wayne.
Right. It also includes now all of Smallville. It also includes the now defunct Birds of Prey series that was from like the Sci-Fi Channel in the early 2000s. And it also includes possibly the Christopher Reeve Superman movie universe.
My God.
Because it includes Brandon Routh reprising his role as an older Superman.
Yeah.
It's technically a sequel to the Christopher Reeve
Yeah.
movies that
Yeah.
started in the 70s.
They really fucked up not including Lois and Clark.
They really did.
Dude,
Apparently Dean Cain is like a weird conservative.
I've heard he is
though.
too. But
So-
they could easily have gotten back fucking what's
Terry
her name?
Hatcher?
Yeah, they could have gotten Terry Hatcher.
Have 3 Lois Lanes in this?
Hey,
Madness.
nothing wrong with that.
That's true. Menage.
Terry Hatcher's still hot.
And that's not all, JT. There's also rumored universes that are also now maybe possibly rolled in. So they were going to try to include the Krypton series from the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh, no.
But due to scheduling conflicts, they couldn't get the actor to appear on the show.
Oh, no.
So that was going to be one, but now is not because they couldn't film anything with him.
Yeah.
But it's also rumored that Linda Carter may be reprising her role as Wonder Woman from the 70s series.
Yeah.
And Burt Ward is actually is being included in the show, possibly as a 60s Robin. Now that's just rumors and speculation for those last two.
What if they make him like a 60-year-old like Nightwing or some shit?
I would love to just see him like as an 80-year-old like Robin in the little booty shorts and a little domino mask. And he hasn't aged like a day.
Like he's just trying so hard.
Yeah.
He tries.
They also
Oh my
may
God.
introduce something from this series that do you know the Arrow's like bodyguard buddy? Now I can't remember his name. John Diggle?
Oh yeah.
So apparently
Yeah.
in another side universe, the Flash comes in and sees Diggle and wonders where his ring was at,
Oh
insinuating
no.
that he was a Green Lantern in another universe. Being that now all of these are merging together, he could possibly play a dual role as John Stewart, Green Lantern, and John Diggle, whatever he is, in Arrow.
I do kind of want to see these now, just so I can. This is gonna be the biggest clusterfuck of like.
You bet it
I
is.
feel like I'm gonna be like drowning in like geek jizz watching this,
Very possibly.
where I'll both be confused and like I don't know.
Listen, I'm going into this event cold. I'm not going to know anything. I haven't watched any of these shows in years. The last one I watched was their last big crossover event where they introduced Batwoman. And that was fine. I mean, it was fun, but I'm just like, okay, I can watch this once a year. I get it.
This is gonna be like like nine different TV shows.
It's going to be on 5.
5, okay.
The 5 that are on TV right now.
Okay.
Not including Black Lightning.
Okay.
I don't know why he doesn't get his own. I don't know. Seems a little racist, but it's going to be on Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends, and Batwoman.
Okay.
I believe. I think. Either way, it's all
Okay.
in the CW app. It's free
When is this happening?
in December.
Oh, December. Okay.
Yeah, so we have time. It'll be like an end of the year
wait.
romp.
It'll be a Jesus Christ.
I can't wait. And you know what's funny? It's going to be pretty much at the most only going to be spanning like 2 of our episodes.
Yeah.
So I hope it does. Like the first episode that we do is kind of just an intro to it, and then the next episode's the wrap up.
Yeah.
Because we have to watch all 5 and do it in one episode. It might be daunting.
Fair enough.
But I don't know when the schedule is. So
Yeah.
if it all is in one, whatever. Who
We'll
cares?
figure it out.
So you excited still?
I want to. I'm ready. I'm willing to jump in.
I'm more excited than ever.
I know. I can tell you're excited. I'm gonna be so confused.
That's what's also like strengthening my enjoyment of this.
I feel like by scene 1, I'm going to be like, I can't check out. This is for the show.
There's a lot of things that you subject me to watch, And this is like my final retribution. It's gonna be so good.
This show being one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's the last bit of my news there.
I'm so mad that I didn't fucking save the somebody kill me please. Let me pull this up. Jesus.
For whatever reason, also, I was looking up some news before the show started, and Nickelback is trending. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, I saw because I guess Donald Trump put up a look at this photograph GIF of Joe Biden and his son hanging out with a Ukrainian oil businessman.
Oh, I get it.
Because I guess that's how he does things now.
Cool.
I'm not gonna try and get political, but yeah.
Great.
Fuck Trump. Troy, you a big fan of Pippi Longstocking?
Yes.
Would you be a fan of Pippi Longstocking if I told you that there's a live action Pippi Longstocking movie in the works made by the same producers of Paddington?
I would be. That made me perk up a little bit more from my sarcastic look I gave you.
But yeah, I guess they're going like whole hog on these children's books.
Great.
And yeah, see what they do with Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking. I haven't heard that name in years. Old Pippi.
Old Pippi. But there you go, Pippi Longstocking.
All right. Paddington has me really excited.
Yeah. Same producers
Stoked.
of Paddington, I'm for.
Oh, my goodness. I can just lean back and just let Paddington overtake me. It's such a good show.
Let it wash over
Let it
me.
wash over me in his just kind heart.
Try Stranger Things.
Yes.
They're keeping that Netflix afloat now that all these streaming services are bombarding it.
Right.
They're the one thing they can rely on. So much so now that they have already renewed it for season 4, of course.
Of course.
And I guess there's word out there that they have given the Duffer Brothers a 9-figure salary.
Holy fuck.
To make sure they make this next season fucking good.
Holy God.
Like they've given them like 9 figures to make like season 4.
9 figures.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I got some stuff to say about Netflix and our It's Done too. Where
Okay.
it looks like they're in desperation mode to make sure people stick around.
Okay. 9. Are you sure that's 9 figures?
That's what I heard. I heard 9 figures.
Figures. Isn't that like
That's like $100 million.
I'm doing the math right now. Yeah. That's $100 million. Netflix, where you got all that money?
Also in Netflix news, BoJack Horseman
Yes.
coming out with their 6th and final season.
Was just thinking about BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, I want to get back
Earlier.
into it.
I watched the first season and really liked it,
Yeah.
but Chelsea doesn't like it so much, so I kind of fell off of it.
Yeah, like they get like super sad with it sometimes.
Yeah, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I know. Or like you're kind of taken off guard because it's like a universe full of animals, and then you're like, oh, his mom got an abortion once. Jesus.
Yeah. You mean a horsion?
No.
Oh, no. Can't be edgy anymore. Todd Phillips. I'm done with comedy now.
Yep, there you go. Now we're gonna start doing drama. We're a drama podcast.
That's right.
Where we talk about TV.
Yeah. Only dramas. Bluff
For
City
TNT.
Law. Yeah.
We know drama.
Yeah. So stupid.
AEW Dynamite debuting on TNT tonight.
Ooh, they know drama.
They know drama. Troy got a new member of the boys club, and it's someone that we're kind of attached to now.
Oh, fuck.
Rob Cohen, the director of the original Fast and Furious.
Oh, no. Cut ties.
been accused of sexual assault. So we're officially ending our Fast and Furious summer.
God damn it. Wait. He's the original director, right?
Yeah, of the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin Lin still squeaky clean right now.
Still squeaky clean.
Unless he thinks that comedy is not.
Yeah.
Once he thinks that comedy, he's not fit for comedy anymore, then we're like, okay, Justin Lin.
God damn. Well, we better redact all of our first episode of the Fast and Furious summer now.
I'm gonna take it off. Listen to it while you can, everybody. 'Cause I'm taking it off.
I'm gonna go in and bleep every other word of it.
Every other word. We're not gonna take it off. We're just gonna make it unlistenable.
Oh my god.
Redacted.
We need to hop back into that universe. I'm telling
We
you.
do.
Right
It's getting close to the end of the year, Troy. And we
summer's
still have
still here.
4 more movies to watch. Including Hobbs and Shaw, which I think that comes out like the beginning of next month.
now. Oh my god, already?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. We'll try to do it.
We'll try.
I haven't been on this fucking overtime. That's just killing my anything. My will to do anything.
I don't blame you. But that's all my news, Troy. I cannot find a lot of news this week.
That's okay. It's all right.
That's okay.
Well, that means it's done.
That means it is done. And I think I have 3.
I have 4 trailers today.
God damn it!
It's unprecedented.
Okay.
I have 4 trailers.
Well, I'll let you go, and then there's one big one. We'll leave that one for the end. So do your 3
Okay.
that are not the big one.
Which one's the big one?
I'd probably say that Harley Quinn one.
Okay,
Is that
leave
the
that.
biggest? Would that be the biggest one?
Okay. Yes.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. I have another one that it maybe could be, but probably the Harley Quinn one.
Okay.
We'll save that one to the end.
We'll say that one for the
Teaser
end.
it to the Harley Quinn one.
Teaser for Harley Quinn one.
The first one I have is the first official trailer for the Netflix big budget Scorsese time fuck.
Yeah.
The Irishman.
I wanted to watch this. I didn't get around to it.
It's more of a story trailer,
Okay.
but it doesn't really give you much more besides that, like, the Robert De Niro character seems like a bit of a fixer.
Yeah.
And I watched this like a week ago, so like I'm trying to recall everything, but he kind of gets brought in by Joe Pesci a little
Yeah.
bit, and kind of works and does like dirty deeds for everybody to make like money for his family.
Mm-hmm.
The one part I really like included in this trailer is Ray Romano plays like a lawyer for Robert De Niro.
Oh shit.
And he's just asking him questions like, have you ever been sick? Da da da. Like kind of going over like if anything could be held against him in like in
Yeah.
a court or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, never done any of that stuff, because he's like lying, obviously.
Yeah.
He's fucking killing people on the side. But I really this trailer actually got me like pretty pumped to see it.
Yeah.
Like I was curious before. I'm like, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
actually sit down and be like, wow. That was 3 hours, and I liked most of it.
Yeah. I know. That's the thing. It's like almost like 3.5 hours long. That's
know.
why like they couldn't get it into theaters.
But apparently it's going to be in some theaters, limited theaters,
Okay.
probably for a weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Irishman. Check it out. It's good. The trailer's good.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
The second one I got is one called The Good Liar, and I actually think this is the second trailer
Okay.
for The Good Liar. It stars Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren.
Oh.
It looks as if Ian McKellen is a bit of like a con man,
Yeah.
and he's gotten through life kind of like playing dirty. Like the opening, like little vignette of the trailer is him going down to a subway, just kind of whistling and twirling his umbrella, and then he pushes a camera out of the way, and then pushes
Yeah.
a guy in front of a train.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
And I'm like, holy shit, Ian McKellen. He's like playing like a bit of a scumbag in
Yeah.
this. And then it looks like he's trying to get close to Helen Mirren, who's like a millionaire widow, to try to like knock her off to make money.
Yeah.
But she is also like a dirty player as well. That's how she's got her money.
Oh.
So like they meet up and are trying to like off each other, also trying to like pretend to like each other at the same time, I guess.
I actually kind of like the idea of this.
Yeah, and I think I'm doing a bad job explaining it as well, but it looks really good. It looks like an against type for Ian McKellen,
Yeah.
which I am gonna, I think, enjoy.
Yeah.
So check out The Good Liar.
Oh.
It looks
all right.
it looks fun. It seems like it's kind of like a dark. I don't even know if it's like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's got some levity to like the horrible things that they're trying to do to people.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out. Good Liar. Looks good.
Sweet.
The next one I got, JT, is The King's Man.
Yes. I did
First
see this
official
one.
trailer.
Yeah.
This is the other one I thought could be a big one. But
Okay.
I think the Harley Quinn one's probably
Yeah.
better.
Probably a little bit.
Probably
Probably a
the
little
Harley
better.
Quinn ones.
The Harley Quinn one was
You saw the King's Man one, right? You said?
Yes, I did.
So what was your first initial thought of this trailer?
I mean, it looks good. I like the idea they're doing World War One.
Yeah, I do like that they're doing that as well. I just, coming off of the other two Kingsman movies where they're like, almost, it's like a high octane, like action adventure, like almost like too absurd,
Yeah.
but you kind of fall into it.
Yeah.
This one looks like it's downplayed a little bit, even though it's still by the same production company, and
Yeah.
it's still by Matthew Vaughn, right?
Yep. Yeah, because
So-
Marv is his production company.
Right. So I have high hopes for it because I don't think I dislike any Matthew Vaughn movie.
I
I
didn't
can
like
think of.
Kingsman 2 though.
I didn't hate Kingsman 2. I just didn't think it was
I
like
hated it.
great.
It.
But I don't know. Like it just kind of almost underwhelmed me a little
I think
bit.
I think the only reason it seems underwhelming is because it's set in the past, like enough in the past where I just think that like there's only so much you can do with like the technology that was
Yeah,
around
I get that,
in like the 1910s.
but even yeah, I know.
But I love the idea of making Rasputin the villain though.
Yeah, I do like that.
Because Molly is all about like Russian, like the Bolsheviks and all that shit, and like there's like a show on Netflix like we watched a couple episodes of where it's like that Russian family is fucked. Like they like get fucked over by Rasputin and they end up getting like fucking mauled by a bunch of people because of like shit that he convinced them of.
Oh boy. Jeez Louise.
Like, yeah, Rasputin is like a fucked up dude. Like, he was like super religious, but he was like, he had this idea that like religion encourages sin because that's what makes you human. So if you sin, as long as you feel bad about it, like you'll be the best Christian ever. So he had like 3 or 4 wives. Like he would like fuck all the time. Like he just did whatever he wanted, and he was like this like spiritual advisor to like the
Tsar or
the
whatever.
Romanovs and shit.
Oh. I don't really know much about Rasputin other than when he appears in Hellboy and that Boney M song. That's pretty much all I know about him. But I'm that does intrigue me that he's the main foil in this.
It looks like, yeah, just based on how he looks and how I know he looks in history and around like the time frame, I think it looks like he's the villain.
Yeah, it's either that or Alan Moore. But then
I'm gonna kill you and then write Watchmen.
I gotta go write Swamp Thing after this, so
I'm gonna go poison a bunch of kids and then write Swamp Thing.
Like one of the things at the very end of the trailer that I'm gonna say, like, it just feels like it's a little more downplayed is like in the Kingsman movies, like 1 and 2, they've got like super fantastic tech and all this like stuff that doesn't exist today,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of this trailer, they're like, this is called a parachute.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like that's your high-tech item, a parachute? Maybe I need to just see it. But so far, I'm like a little bit underwhelmed. The action still looks pretty good from what I've seen. But
yeah.
So I'll let my judgment wait till I finally see the movie, I guess.
No, it looks fun to me. I want to check it out for sure.
Okay.
Well, the only other trailer I have that you didn't talk about is Netflix putting out a trailer for a big Michael Bay production called Six Underground.
Is this the one that Ryan Reynolds is also in?
Yes.
Okay.
And it looks like the kind of Michael Bay stuff that I love.
Okay.
Like, it's just a bunch of dumb explosion action.
Okay.
And it's got like a decent premise to it where it's like a group of people that lived enough of a life where they want like pretty much a do-over.
Okay.
So they just fake their own deaths and start this group where they go around and like fuck up shit or whatever.
Okay.
Like
that sounds interesting.
yeah, like I don't know, they're like an anti-terrorist thing. Like they're like freelance, but they're like finance. I don't even know. It's Michael Bay. It's just, hey, let's give an excuse for a bunch of people to blow up shit, pretty much.
Well, the thing that's got me like, I haven't seen this trailer yet. But the thing that's got me excited is that Ryan Reynolds is also like included in the creation process, I think.
Yeah.
And so I would like Bay's aesthetic.
Yeah.
Mixed with like a fun, like just kind of goofy off the wall premise.
Yeah.
That's not like Transformers.
Yeah.
Where it's like a clusterfuck of things going on and it's trying to take itself seriously, but it kind of sucks. And you can't tell if it's a joke.
Yeah.
Everyone looks sweaty. Like I don't know. Anyway, I think I heard you listening to the trailer before we started, and it sounded fun.
Yeah.
So I'm like checking out.
Yeah. I'll probably check it out. Comes out in December
Okay.
on Netflix.
Okay. Great. I'll still have that.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Unless Netflix just goes under.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, then that'll bring us to the big trailer
The
of
big one.
the week.
You can start describing it. I'm grabbing the beer.
Okay. Why don't you bring one over here for me, too?
I'll bring one over for you, too.
Okay. Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
The one Harley Quinn.
The one Harley Quinn made its full-length trailer debut this last week. A lot of Harley Quinn in this. So much so that the title namesake you barely see any of.
Yeah.
It's like only a Harley Quinn story.
Yeah. This is like the first time I've ever seen where the beginning of the title is the subtitle.
Yeah, it's strange. I'm not like the hugest Harley Quinn fan.
Oh yeah. Well, you can revisit our Suicide Squad review.
So, even though I am very curious about this movie, like I'm not like excited for it. So I don't even know where to go for this. I want to see more of the supporting cast before I make like a cast like a major judgment on this movie. You know what I mean? And I only got to see them like only physically. I don't know anything about their characters at all.
Like I know Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in there.
Yeah, I saw at the very end of the trailer where it's like boom, 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 like name. But I'm like, who were they? Like, I could look it up, but I would like to just see it.
Like the one thing that sticks out to me, and like I'm gonna sound like a sexist for this, but the one thing that stuck out to me was like how like Ewan McGregor looks like he's having a lot of fun in this.
Why would that be sexist?
Because he's the only guy in the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does look like he's having fun.
But like I'm looking forward to see when he does because he's playing Black Mask in it.
Oh, cool. All right.
I guess so. But yeah, no, I want to see what he does because like all the parts that he has, and it looks like he's just like either he's having fun or he's like, this sucks. I'm just not gonna give a shit and have a blast the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you pretty much only got the gist of what he's kind of about and Harley Quinn is about in this. Like,
Yeah.
those are the only two characters really playing off each other in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm curious to where it's going to end up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, it looks fun. Like, a lot of, like, the scenes look like fun and colorful.
Yeah.
And, like, the fact that, like, they're, like, involving her hyenas more in this.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Like, that's, like, I know that's kind of, like, a more well-known thing from, like, the animated part, like, animated series. So, I don't know. We'll see.
And the little bits of action sprinkled in are pretty fun, too. Mm-hmm. It looks like she's like...
Or she, like, double stomps that dude's nuts.
Yeah. Or she just full-on just runs and drop kicks a dude and, like, smashes people with, like, a big hammer. Like,
Yeah.
I'm into it. Like, I'm glad they're, like, kind of embracing the cartooniness of it.
Yeah.
Where, like, in Suicide Squad, that David Ayer version of it,
Yeah.
like, oh, God. Like, just took itself, like, way too serious, I think. So when, like, goofy moments did happen, you're like, the fuck is this? So...
David Ayer's all up his ass.
God. So... David Ayer tangent.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen anything from him since Bright, right? I got sick. I really only think he's got that, like, one aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I know he made Fury,
Yeah.
which is different.
Yeah.
And he was, like, acclaimed for that movie. Mm-hmm. But, like, anything I've seen of him since all feels exactly the same. And ones could say that for Scorsese. Like,
True.
He makes, like, mobster films.
Yeah.
That are all kind of similar in premise and tone.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe David Ayer, like, sees himself as someone that, like, I can do a whole bunch of different genres, where it's like, well, you're doing a different genre, but you're making the same fucking movie.
yeah, and it's just the aesthetic I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe it's just a bias that I just don't like a personal aesthetic. But even then, it just doesn't fit
Yeah.
what he made for...
Because I think he directed Training Day, and Training Day is really fucking good.
Yeah, but, okay, so yeah, Training Day is good.
Yeah.
But then you watch it next to, like, something like Bright, and it's like, that's the exact same movie with fairies.
Pretty much.
So... so what? I don't know. So it was lucky that Training Day was the first ones out of the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, good for Denzel.
Good for Denzel.
That's my David Ayer tangent. So that's it. That's
Hey,
it,
all
right?
right.
For trailers?
That's it.
Great.
So now we can talk about the Term Random movies, Troy.
Yes.
And it looks like we're being infected by trolls. Because in our matchup we had Three Amigos versus Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
And it was a close one. 55% of the people that voted, after 20 votes, Mr. Magoo moved on.
I completely blame OJ for this. 100%. Did you see what he tweeted as soon as
Yeah.
you put out the poll?
Yeah. Oh, I saw it.
What a freaking cuck. OJ, you son of a bitch. You done did it to me.
So Mr. Magoo joining... that's a weird fucking match to determine who moves on to the finals. Miss Smoking Aces
Eric was
versus
also a part of this.
Mr. Magoo will be one of our semi-final matches.
Let me mark it down that it won. Alright. Three Amigos is out. This is on you. I wanted to watch Three Amigos. And now I can't ever again.
Ever? Yeah, never
That's
again.
how it works.
Never again.
Alright, so the next match in the big jumble up,
Oh.
JT, I think I'm going to put the best little whorehouse in Texas,
Hortexas.
Whore Texas, versus
Yes.
50-50.
Oh. I think I figured that was going to be the one that you picked.
Yes. I feel I wanted to kind of like really mix them up, but I like playing with genres, and I feel like they're more similar in genre
Yeah.
than like putting Little Whorehouse in Texas versus Mortal Kombat. I don't know.
It's a gathering of people trying to accomplish a goal.
That's right. Yeah. So then that leaves the last match as well, Mortal Kombat versus V for Vendetta.
Yep.
Two fun
That will,
action movies that'll round out the last chunk of the...
That one I'll be curious to see who moves on in that one.
Same. Especially since I feel like the same demographic of people watched those two movies.
Yeah.
Whereas the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas and 50-50 may be more split.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
Sure. Yeah, that will be interesting. I think we'll get a good consensus on whether our fans really do like us talking about like old musicals or not.
Well, turns out I also like talking about old musicals.
Yeah. Oh no, we both do. It's just I think we'll actually figure out if people are just whether they like it or they're just put up with our shit.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's what we got going on to the semifinals.
Semifinals.
All the remaining matches. So make sure to cast your votes. Go to @ReviewPod on the Twitter, or you can find probably a retweet from either one of us. Maybe OJ trolling the polls.
Successfully trolling the polls.
Poll
Don't put that against him.
poll trolling.
Poll trolling.
And he's not the only one.
So yeah, the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas versus 50-50
Yeah.
for our match this week. We'll see who moves on to the semifinals. So there you go, Troy. Still hoping for Whorehouse.
I'm still
win it
pulling
all.
for Whorehouse, yes.
All right.
I have.
We'll see who moves
I have that
on.
one in my back pocket still.
We'll see who moves on, Troy.
We sure will, won't we?
We will. If OJ has anything to say about it, we're going to be talking about fucking Leslie Nielsen playing a dumb blind asshole.
I don't know why this last week, but I've really gotten to calling people an asshole. And just having you say it just re-emphasized that I love it so much. Well, that'll put us at the main event of the evening, JT. Our Test Pilot 2019 review is underway.
Yeah, this time we got a 7 for.
A 7 for indeed.
A 7 for.
How long did it take you to watch all of these?
I think it was like over the course of like a couple days. I just like watched them here and there. I think I fell asleep watching a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Or laid in bed watching a couple.
Chelsea and I shotgunned 5 of these in one day.
All right. Well, I didn't do that.
And then finished the last 2 right before recording.
Gotcha.
And to be fair, it wasn't that bad. I think I chose an order that got an ease into it.
Okay.
And then I saved a little of the ones that I thought would be more heavy-handed to kind of be by themselves.
Gotcha.
So it actually was a good watching experience.
Yeah.
So the order in which I watch these in, which makes no difference.
Yeah.
But if people want to be eased in,
Okay.
you can get lubed up with Bless the Hearts.
Okay.
Jump into Sunnyside,
Yeah.
Perfect Harmony,
Yeah.
Stumptown,
Yeah.
Prodigal Son,
Okay.
because that'll ease it into a little bit more seriousness as it goes.
Fair enough. Well, we'll talk about that.
And then if you want to take a break, go ahead and on the second day,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and watch Emergence and then Bluff City Law.
Gotcha.
That's the order in which I watch them.
I will tell you, to see if you can guess which ones are which, there are 2 that I like, 1 that I don't like.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Okay.
So I don't forget.
Okay.
Okay, you like 2.
I like 2. There's 1 that I don't like.
Don't.
And there's 1 that I hate. And then the rest are kind of meh.
Okay, you don't like 1. You like 2. You hate 1.
Yeah.
And then the rest are meh.
The rest are meh.
So you have 3 mehs.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. I'm going to try to guess. I'm going to try to guess right off the top.
Every time we talk about one?
No, I'm going to do them all right now.
Okay.
I'm going to try to guess. Don't tip your hand.
I won't.
And I'll check them off how well I did at the end.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say you like Prodigal Son and Stumptown. So
Okay.
I'll put Son and Stump.
Okay.
I'm going to say you don't like no, I'm going to say Sunnyside.
Okay.
I'm going to say you hate Hearts,
Okay.
and the rest are meh.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see, won't we? All right. So, which one do you want to start out with?
What do we want to start with?
Your choice.
My choice?
Your choice to start out with. Anything.
I'll go with one of my mehs.
Okay.
And what'd you say that I had? I was mehing on, so I'll keep the suspense up.
You meh for Emergence, Bluff City Law, and Perfect Harmony.
Okay, we'll start with Emergence then.
Okay.
And
As you can hear my scratches.
and Emergence was the one I didn't like.
Okay. So I did not get that one.
Because, well, we'll start by describing what it's about. So Emergence it follows a woman who is a police sheriff. Is she a sheriff? I think.
Yeah, I think she is a sheriff.
Who operates in a small town where there is a plane crash, and when they arrive at said plane crash, they find a little girl who
Yes.
seems to have weird eccentricities about her, and then her ire is raised when it seems like certain people that say they're from a certain organization that they might not be a part of
Yep.
are trying to get her,
Okay.
which raises a lot of questions
Yes.
like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Big question. Right out in the open. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a little bit of notes about Emergence as well. So this is an ABC show that premiered September 24th.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got an interesting premise overall.
Okay.
Right? It's got an if you're giving like an elevator pitch to somebody, I'm like, okay, that's an interesting premise. Kind of like it's a pretty far off example, but like Lost. There's like this
Yeah.
mystery happening and you don't know what's really going on.
Yeah.
A strength of the show, I think, is the lead. The
Oh, no,
sheriff.
she's good.
She's also the cop from Fargo,
Yeah.
season 1.
Yeah.
Typecast as a cop again.
Yeah.
I think she's strong in it. From the very beginning of this, I felt though it's like, even though I was like on the fence whether I was caring about this or not, I felt like it was cheaply shot.
Maybe.
I watched it right next to another one, which I'm like, okay, well, just the way they were like, for instance,
Yeah.
the opening shot where she emerges onto the beach to go to see the crash is like this weird, it looks like drone shot. And it just looks like it's amateurly done. It's not like it's not smooth like a crane shot and it has like a good like pan out. It just looks like it's poorly done.
Yeah.
And I get that it's TV and like you got to do stuff kind of fast and on the cheap, but it compared to everything else in this, especially for like the kind of show they're going to do, it just looked a little amateurish
Yeah.
to me. but other than that, I there wasn't a whole lot in this that really I wanted to stay invested in.
No. And I think that's my problem with it, is like ABC does this every fucking year.
Yep.
Where they get a show that has such a loose concept that they're just like, what happens next? Where it's like,
Yeah.
do you even know what the fuck's gonna happen next?
That last year they had that plane show.
Yeah.
Is that still on?
Manifest? I think it's done. I don't even know if it's... I don't even think they're even doing that anymore. But it's like they're trying so hard to recreate Lost, but the thing about Lost was, in that first episode, yeah, there was a lot of big questions, but there was a lot of little questions too.
Yeah.
That made you want to come back to figure it out.
Yeah.
And the little questions weren't so much plot-based, they were character-based. And a lot of the characters in this are just kind of very broad and to the point where you don't even really care what happens to them.
Yeah, what Lost had going for it is that the first episode is great because you get to learn, like, exactly what you said, all these character moments, but it was like a simple premise, like almost like a serious take on like Gilligan's Island or something like that, where it's just, you think it's this small little thing, and then as the show continues, it unravels this weirder and weirder thing, where like Manifest and Emergence starts out with this supernatural like occurrence, possibly, that it's just like, oh, you're just going right into it, I guess. Whereas like I would have loved maybe like a more subtle mystery to start with, to like really intrigue me, and at the very end there's like a weird kind of hook.
Yeah.
Whereas like right off the bat it's like, oh, it's like some supernatural thing possibly going on.
Yeah. And then they say they're like, it seems like there's something supernatural going on, or some sort of, I don't know, alien thing. I don't know. But that's the thing about it, though, is that the only real questions I have, you could literally make up as you're going along.
Yeah.
Where, like, Lost, there was, like, times where it was like, oh, one of them's an escaped convict. What did they do?
Yeah.
Or it's
granted,
like,
they probably made it up as they went along, too, but, like, I was more... By the time they got there, I was more invested.
Yeah, maybe, but there's, like, small... Like, it's... If you're not into the big thing, then there's small things where it's like, well, then I do kind of want to see what they do with this.
Yeah.
Where it looked like, with Lost, they had more of an idea of where they were going, whereas with something like this, it's just like a big, broad concept and nothing else.
Yeah. The one thing I'm kind of interested in is, like, what maybe secret government organization is kind of working to get this kid. But the main crux of, like, the show is, like, what's up with the kid? And I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like, at the end... Do you want to spoil these?
Yeah, fuck it.
So, at the end
it's the pilot. If it seems like something you'd like, just it's like an hour, watch it, and then you can keep going from there. But other than that,
at the end of this, she like goes and cuts the behind her ear open and pulls out what seems to be like a chip or a tracking device or something, and like throws it down the sink.
Yeah,
and like she's already during the other parts of the show. Kind of manipulated the world around her to be like magnetized or something to that effect. Something that's got like, she is able to pull stuff to her.
Or there's even like times where like the group that's after her also does shit like that.
Yeah.
Like there's that time where like all the lights are flickering and then like the people that act like her parents disappear.
Yeah. So it's... I don't care about this discount 11 from fucking Stranger Things. Like, she never intrigued me. Like, it just... The only person that I was, like, into was, like, the sheriff.
Yeah. But they don't do enough with her where, like, she seems that interesting. Like, she's a good actress, but it's just, like...
Yeah.
She's just there to be, like, the motherly figure for this little girl.
Yeah. And Clancy Brown is in it, and I really like him, but, like... I like him as an actor.
Yeah.
But in the show, he's nothing.
He's nothing.
I mean, yet. But, yeah, this is one that, like, I don't know if I care enough to continue.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to watch this. I will say I think it'd be fun if the little girl's evil.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
That'd be fun.
Because it's like...
Turn it on its head.
Yeah, because she does kill those two people.
See danger.
You pieces of shit.
Okay.
She kills those two people and never really insinuate that they're evil either.
That's true. You saw all these with us. What'd you think of Emergence? I know you missed the very beginning, but
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I didn't hate it either. I just didn't. If I was to put this in a category that you put, I would put it in a meh category.
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna be like, don't like, hate, and meh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be a meh for me. I'll put that over my thing. Gonna get a chair.
Yeah.
All right, see, Danger.
Because I didn't. There wasn't anything that I loved.
No.
Yeah.
If that is that's a cat. If we're okay, this is the rating system.
Network TV. I don't think I ever love anything from network TV.
So we're gonna forego our letter grade and go from hate, don't like, meh, like, and love.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a meh for me and a don't like for you.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
See, Danger, what would you put it in? Okay, we're waiting.
Okay.
Should we flip on one of these mics here?
Yeah, I already forgot that rating
Is it
scale.
on?
I didn't think it was that bad though. Like I probably won't
Did you
watch
like it?
a lot of it. She's a really good actress.
Yeah, we
she's
both
good.
agreed on that.
She's compelling, and
She's
I know I was listening from the other room, and you're like, she's just here to be a mother figure. Honestly,
we never said that.
I like that she is I don't know, she's a really good like lead cop type thing, like department head. Like she doesn't like I didn't feel like she showed her cards. Like I liked when that couple came in to find the girl.
Yeah.
She didn't let on. She's like, "Oh, let me refill your coffee."
Oh yeah, no.
Like
That's
I thought
good.
actually it was
I like the whole thing with the phone. It's like,
Yeah.
what kind of phone is that to take good
Yeah, I
pictures? Can I
actually
see
think-
pictures of your daughter? And they're like,
I think
Ah, fuck.
we've said enough.
being that
said
this is
enough.
like the pilot episode, like if you give this actress more time and like the plot gets more compelling, I think it actually could be pretty good. And I think it's interesting that like she's bringing this girl home and you can tell she feels for her, but she's also like bringing this kid home because she's like, what the fuck is going on? And like kind of putting her family at risk, but like as a cop going like, something's going on. And the way she like she's like interrogating the girl while seemingly being like motherly. I don't know. I just think she's like an interesting character.
All right.
I don't think it's like a shit show. I think it's way better than that Manifest show that they had last year. That was garbage.
Oh, you liked it more than Manifest?
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
See, I think it's like on par with Manifest.
I think this is way better quality than Manifest. Manifest, the actors were like way overacting.
I would
Yeah.
also say I like this more than Manifest.
Like Manifest, I
know.
thought had an interesting concept where they like jump ahead in time and you don't know why the plane is. But the actors, like one of the lead actresses and stuff, oh my god, every episode I thought she was gonna cry and it was like just stupid.
Well, you went on with Manifest.
I
didn't
did
you?
because I was like, where is this fucking going? It was just pointless. And then I stopped. But this, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see. And actually, the little girl, I think, is not a bad actor so far.
Yeah.
I think the way you said, like, if there's any sort of story, like, they can flush it out, make it seem like they have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for a first episode, I don't
Well,
think
that's
it was
what-
that bad.
Well, this is what the show is.
No,
we
I'm saying
judge
I
an
did-
entire series based on one episode.
Yeah, it's literally judging a
but
book
let
by
me
its
remind
cover.
you, you guys shit all over This Is Us, and then that became like one of the biggest shows like of all time.
Okay, we shit on it because
You're like, nah, pass, meh.
okay, yeah, we did say that.
Yeah.
But in our defense, we were like, I get what this is,
We
and it's
shit on it-
not for me.
Yeah, we shit on it for the reason why it's popular.
We got what it was.
Well, I'm the rest of America in the room saying,
That's
Yeah.
fine.
oh, fuck you.
You can like what you like. I'm
Yeah.
not going to judge you for that.
Joel, which one do you think I hated?
You hate one?
Oh, yeah. In
I
fact,
think you hate Prodigal Son.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
There
You
was-
want to jump to Prodigal?
No, I want to jump to the hearts because I thought it was fucking awful.
Oh, you want to jump to the heart?
All
okay,
right,
bless
well,
I
you
you.
was
wanna
in
jump
the
to
other
Bless the
room and I
Hearts?
was hoping you would lead with that show because I thought you guys were going to be like, I fucking hate it. Because I looked at Troy like 2 minutes in and I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, turn it off.
All right, you want to jump to
Sorry.
All right, we'll jump.
Let's
to
jump
she
to
brought it up.
Bless
We'll
the
jump-
Hearts.
Bless the hearts.
So I put this as you hate this show, JT.
Yeah, and I'm mad at it.
Meh.
It's
Damn it.
mad.
I was wondering, I was sitting on the edge of my seat, like, which.
My notes for this is It came out September 29th. It's one of the most recent ones, and it came out on Fox.
Yeah.
Part
During
of their
its
animation
Domination Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's been a thing for a long
Oh.
time.
Shows what I know.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of great things to say about this show.
Yeah.
I don't like the animation in this.
It's fucking dog
Yeah.
shit.
It looks like freaking Bitmojis.
but like
yeah.
more poorly done.
And I'm on the fence still about this as in a general whole.
Yeah.
But I am starting to go against like just regular actors being voice actors. Because I
Yeah.
don't think they have
They just
enough
don't-
unless
yeah,
you
they don't
have an
try.
eccentric voice.
Yeah.
Like a Clancy Brown, for instance.
Yeah.
Like what's the
All about Clancy Brown on this show.
Well, I'll bring him up on every single one. Like he's got an interesting voice and would lend it well to animation for a character.
Yeah.
But like having somebody like Ike Barinholtz or
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig or Maya Rudolph, who
Yeah.
they
Maya Rudolph, I thought was gonna be stronger because
Same.
she has a voice like on SNL. She can do voice acting.
and so does
Yeah.
Kristen
Yeah,
Wiig. But then
but-
like on the show, I'm like, why did you
Oh,
get
so
them?
fucking
Like it doesn't
Yeah.
make any difference. Like I'm
Even Kumail Nanjiani playing Jesus is just Kumail Nanjiani.
yeah,
I know,
but
I
that
was
I
like,
kind of
what is-
liked.
I
that
don't
was
know.
I liked that part of the show.
It was odd. It was
But
an
so
odd
like
choice.
I am more leaning towards like get real voice actors back into like your animation stuff
Yeah.
because
I
they
just think it was a shit show.
are I'm not even talking about the show right now. I'm on a soapbox talking about animation. Where have all the real voice actors gone? Bring them back. Get them in these shows because they're way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can do multiple voices,
I know.
not just their own.
Like you even look at The Simpsons now. Everyone on The Simpsons was just a really good voice actor when they first cast him.
Yeah.
That's part of probably it's still of its charm.
Yeah.
Is that everyone still lends himself to their character through their voice.
Look at friggin' Futurama. Had like 4 voice actors that did the entire cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And supporting cast for the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. And then you have something like this that's a piece of crap show.
Now he says it.
Didn't like the animation in this. I didn't laugh hardly once at this.
No.
I thought it was
I
fucking
thought
stupid.
the story was stupid. I'm getting sick of these shows that are just like, I'm poor, how am I gonna pay my bills?
Yeah. Like
I think they're
I don't know
over-
if I'm sick of it, but like it just
there's
wasn't done well.
There's a bit of a saturation of like talking about the current culture. I won't go far into it, but like where they're really trying to target audiences based on the current regimes.
this is
voter
exactly
pool, and it just makes me mad because I'm like, you don't need to have a show that's so dumbed down about being poor. Like I've had times where I'm like, how am I going to pay my bills? Things like
Yeah.
that, but I'm not like this dumb kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole thing when the water they didn't think they're trying to make sure the water doesn't get shut off, and then the older mother, the oldest character on the show, is like, they won't shut it off on you, and then it's like, I'm gonna have to wash my mask off with Dr. Mister. And I'm like,
I did laugh at Dr.
I don't
Mister.
know, it just really felt like it, I don't know, I don't like that genre.
I don't
No, I'm right there with like there's I'll even say there's another show that I think is just as offensive on this where it's like I feel like
Oh, is it the singing one?
we'll talk
Well,
about it.
just
We'll talk
quit
about
jumping the
it.
gun
But I
here.
feel like
Build
this
some
is like
suspense.
there's some stuff especially like in the comedies where like
Yeah.
they're definitely showing that there's a frustration with a certain class of people
Yeah.
where it's like don't target the people, target what's fucking things up.
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
like this is why people are drawn to Trump. Like shit like this, where like these fucking writers come in, they're just like, this is what's wrong. These fucking small town people are so stupid. So we gotta show them what they're about. Or like, well, you're just insulting people. You're
Yeah.
not doing anything to help anything.
No, and it's the whole episode. I was just like, what is the point of this? And it was like, they're trying to sell those dolls, and it's like
Yeah.
plays on 90s pop culture, which for like 5 seconds it was like, oh, it's
And
kind of
they kept doing it
But
so
then
much.
it was, yeah, they were
Yeah,
doing
it was like the
so
one thing that
much.
was funny about the show, so they did it
To
all the
death.
fucking time.
all the way up until the last minute where they like saved one of them, and I'm just like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
it just seemed, and like you said, if the animation was a lot better and the acting was better, there was one thing about the animation: everything was outlined on the face, but the top lip on every character.
All
And
you
it
can
made
focus
me
on.
well. It's just like the graphic design. Like there's
Yeah,
I get
I'm-
hypercritical.
I get
it. Yeah.
But every single one of them, every other line on the face was outlined except the top lip, and I'm like, who the fuck made that choice? Fire them.
Yeah, you convinced me. I don't like this.
I honestly don't think it's gonna last.
I
even
hope
with
it-
the
yeah.
names, and I love Fortune Feimster. She's like one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
She's like one of the, and I knew she posted on Instagram she was gonna be in an animated show, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I will check it out for her.
Yeah.
Fortune, what are you doing?
Who was
got-
Fortune Feimster?
She is a lesbian comic.
Well,
with
who
like
was she on
short
the
blonde
show?
hair.
Or was
She's
she
like-
just writing?
She's
for
like
it?
even just like a side. I thought she'd have a bigger role, but she
Yeah.
was one of the waitress friends.
Oh.
Yeah, she's
She
barely
only
in it.
She had
really.
like 2 lines in the whole thing, but I was
and
like,
she pretty much looks like herself.
yes,
Like,
like they didn't even like
animated
try to make
herself.
her into a character.
yeah. Yeah, I am like a big fan of animation, and this just took a big dump on the floor for me. So
Yeah.
I hated this show.
And we started out our thing last night with that.
Yeah.
It
So
got
it only
better.
got better
It
from
did
there,
get
really.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I
Um,
didn't like it.
'Kay.
No, I don't. Not you've convinced me. I don't like
That's
it.
the only
Perfect.
That's
I've
the one I
updated my
hated.
thing, even though I was still wrong.
So that was my beef. That was
Sweet.
my hate.
All right. So I picked one. Chelsea picked one. What do you want to pick, Troy?
I'm gonna go with Perfect Harmony.
Perfect Harmony.
Yes.
This is the one that I hated.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with
I'm
that.
fucking sucking on this.
I'm not a hate. Like I'm a little above hate, but I'm not far off.
Like, see, this reminded me a lot of Bless the Hearts.
Yeah, I
Oh,
knew that's where
really?
you were going.
I thought it was
well, I
going to be
hoping.
Sunnyside.
No,
thought that, but I'm like,
this one reminded me a lot of
no.
Bless the Hearts. But this one, they actually bring in like a big town, like a big city person
Like
to
a
tell people how
yeah.
stupid they are.
He was
Oh.
snarky and rude.
Yeah.
At times, like
Yeah.
he was really rude to that choir when he first walked in. Like he didn't even know who they were. He walks in off the street and is like telling them all what they're doing wrong,
Yeah.
and he's just like.
But I
an
didn't
asshole.
mind that. Like I liked the idea of someone coming in and like shaking things up. But then like he started turning it into, here's why you're shitty singers, because you're shitty people.
Yeah,
And they're not even shitty people. They're just, and then it's just like, oh, well, you just can't confront this. You're like, so much of this shit is just like him pointing out like small town people are repressed and stupid. And then like at
especially
the end,
the girl. And I felt like he was even hardest. Like he chews her out about something, and instead of her being like offended, she goes, "Oh my God, you read my diary?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "No, I wrote it." And then they move on, and I'm like, "You should be fucking offended." Like
Yeah.
that was a horrible thing he just said
yeah,
to you
that's
as
the
a
thing.
person.
Like this felt like it was written by someone who like grew up in a big city where they were like, you know what these small town people need? They need like someone like us to come in and tell them how stupid they are, and then they'll just totally be like, you know what? You're right. Where in actuality they'd be like, hey, fuck you, which is what would happen. But
true.
like it's so much of this fucking show is just like this fucking wet dream of like some idiot coming in and being like, I'll fix all of you. I'll fix you people that are so stupid, and then I'll just, you'll be better people. And they're like, yeah, that's right. We're stupid.
so that
Please
he
tell
can
us
get
how to operate.
revenge on the mega church pastor who wouldn't let him bury his wife in that cemetery. That's
I guess
why
we
he
never
does
really
it.
explained the
And they
plot
don't-
to this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So this came out September 26th, and this is another NBC one. So it's about this big city slicker guy who washes up into like this small town church where they're all trying to practice singing for this like church singing competition.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that's what it is.
Glee.
And it's kind of like Grown Ups Glee. with a church.
It's God Glee, I called it.
It's like poor people's God Glee.
So
People's God
he
Glee.
comes in and tries to clean up.
PPGG.
Yeah,
It's PPGG.
PPG, double P, double G.
Double P, double G.
So he comes up, cleans up the singing voices, and they go to a singing competition to beat like the big all-winning.
That's the thing. He doesn't like teach them how to sing better. He's just like, here's why you're shitty singers. You suck at life. So I'm going to teach you how to be better at your life.
Here's the thing. They compacted an entire season in one episode.
Yes.
They went to the competition in
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yeah, that's true.
And didn't win. But then also they're all like on his houseboat, which
Yeah.
P.S. is a floating tiny house.
I love the
Talk
idea.
about trend.
No shit. That houseboat is like just as good as my
On trend.
house.
It is on trend with tiny
Yeah.
houses. I've been watching a lot of it. But I was like, why did they even go to the competition the first episode?
Yeah.
I sat there like, you're just giving away the cow.
And they
Yeah.
did some whole shit where it was like, oh my god, you guys were so good. We're gonna invent a trophy to
Yeah.
give after first prize.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
It's just
and
the
then,
most improved. It's like a participation.
Yeah.
Andy, like,
why would you get that after first place?
he like meddles with their personal lives. Like he helps that boy realize he's dyslexic or something.
That pissed me off.
Jesus.
And I don't know
I
how.
was so pissed. Like, he was just like, you're
Read this
dyslexic.
music.
You're dyslexic. I figured it out. Beyond your parents that spend all this time with you, that should care about you, but then,
And you know what
but
her
they're
answer
small
was?
town poor dipshits. They won't know what the fuck to do with you.
Her written lines were, "I didn't ruin him because I'm getting a divorce."
Oh, fuck it. I
I'm like,
fucking hate the show
What?
so much.
So, guys, I'm going to put this out there. I think it was a meh show.
No. Fuck this
I
show.
do think this will do better than the Hearts. Like, I do think people will watch this.
Yeah, I think this show will eventually find its feet and people
Yeah.
will sink into it.
Yeah.
Because it's a singing show. People will like, get behind it because they like the
Yeah,
songs
and
in
they
it.
like her from Pitch Perfect. Like, she's kind of the girl next door. And,
Yeah.
like, I could see this kind of...
The one thing I really think they had going against it, in my opinion, is that this is a large ensemble cast. This show and another show had a large ensemble cast that's
Yeah.
trying to incorporate everyone's personalities in a 22-minute episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do boom, 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 get it all done. So it felt like it was going at breakneck pace. And because of that, you kind of get to know a little bit of everybody, but you really should have only got to know like one or two or maybe three people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
But
shouldn't
there's
have crammed. Just let me finish. Shouldn't have crammed. I agree with Chelsea because we both came to the same consensus. Like an entire arc of a season in the pilot episode.
I was like, well, maybe they think they're getting canceled.
Maybe so.
They're so...
Maybe they went for like. Well,
Maybe they
people have
just went
seen
for
Glee,
it.
so maybe they know what we're trying to do in this first episode. So we'll just do it all right here.
Yeah.
I'm like, where do you go from here?
That's what. Yeah, and I also
We
thought
said that
like
to each other, like, well, maybe they'll just
There
get
was-
canceled.
whatever.
There was so many shows in this pilot season where like they just pretty much lay out their thesis statement as like the last line of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was like, there was so many I watched back to back where I was like, you're literally ending every show with like your thesis statement at the end where it's like, hey, and then maybe you can help us when we're trying to do this. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. We should do that for a year.
Yeah. So I didn't hate the show at all. I wouldn't even say I didn't like it. I do think it's meh. I think
I won't watch it really.
I don't
Unless
think I'll.
Unless for some miracle it picks up steam and there's something interesting. No.
See, like, it almost has its, like, small little hooks in me because I do like the music that was in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm a sucker for that shit. So, like, I'd almost want to watch it because it's like, what kind of music they gonna sing? Like,
Well, like I didn't
but
want
if
to
that's
watch.
not in every episode, because, like, that's kind of why I liked a little bit of Glee. But then...
But Glee was pretty well put together for a while there,
Yeah. Like,
and it was like
yeah.
fresh and new on the scene.
Yeah.
This I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably
same.
be drawn more to Glee than this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because-
for sure.
I don't know. It just, the thing that I hate the most about this is just, it just seems so smug with like their main character where I was like, okay, well, it won't be as bad if maybe the main character's broken too. But then at the end, it's just established where it's like, oh, he just needs people in his life.
Yeah.
He's just lonely. That's the only thing wrong with him.
I just didn't like
Everyone
that-
else is a broken fucking idiot, but he's just lonely.
I
Yeah.
didn't like that
So
they made
fuck
her.
you.
They made her seem dumb. I just felt like that was really like,
Everyone's dumb in this.
I know, but like she like is kind of coming off of like the Pitch Perfect movies. She's beautiful. She's playing this like single mother who's like going through divorce, and the dad's in the. I don't know, it was weird, but like they really any moments that she had could have had really good lines. They really gave her like I'm a dumb idiot working in a, and maybe that'll get better. But I was like, your strong female lead is just, and this is 2019.
No.
Like look around, it's 2019.
Yeah. This like I don't want to. Grant, I'm strike myself more democratic. I'll say that right before I say this.
What?
But
What?
Oh, no.
but
All right, go
I
ahead,
feel
John.
like this whole show is just a big liberal wet dream where some fucking big city guy comes in and tells small town people how to live their lives, and they listen to him and they respect him. And that's what I hate about
You
it.
kind of,
and I think
feel
that's
like
why.
it's a little
and-
pushing it, but I can see what you're saying.
But I think that's the kind of shit that fucking makes people offended by this. They're just like, oh, look, listen to us. We know what we're saying. We're like, no, you're kind of fucked up like us too. So don't act like you're fucking high and mighty. And that's what this show feels like. They're like putting in an avatar of like what, like an avatar of them talking down to small town people, being like, hey, shape up because you're fucking up. We know what we're talking about.
Granted, I don't like when like rural people are talked down to as like fucking idiots. Like that does bother me and other things.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't invest myself so much in the
No.
show that I drew so much ire out of it.
Yeah, and like they do it in Bless the Hearts too, but they don't have like that person to step in and be like, I know everything.
Yeah.
That's from a big city. And this one, they did it where it was so apparent that I was like, I fucking hate you.
He fucking hates it.
All right. So that one's Perfect Harmony. So we all had different opinions on that one.
All right.
Nothing more than better than a meh, but you cast your judgment. Tell us
Yeah.
what you think, listeners. JT, you're next.
Well, we brought it up before, so I'll bring up Prodigal Son.
All right. Sounds good.
And this is one of my mez.
Okay. All right. So this one, Prodigal Son, debuted September 23rd. Another Fox program.
Facts.
Now
Why is
owned.
it's not FX?
Well, if it's FX, maybe they get away with a little bit more. But
They show some side lean or something.
Side ween.
some trunk.
Ew.
Where the trunk meets the dirt, baby.
We keep talking about that phrase.
That's like
and
we
it's
said that like a
really
million
bad.
times this week.
Trunk.
I don't
Where
know.
the trunk meets a dirt is what we keep saying. It's just a thing.
Chelsea and I really have actually brought that up like multiple times
Yeah,
this week, and
recently.
it's only Wednesday.
I know. So
Prodigal Son, yeah. So the premise of this show is the son of a serial killer
is a criminal profiler.
is a criminal profiler. There you go.
Yeah.
And it's this is like it's gonna sound like a knock to the show, but it's like Discount Dexter.
No.
Kinda. I saw it as like a weird mix between the Blacklist and Criminal Minds.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you're not wrong. Why did you say no?
I don't. No.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't see it as a knockoff Dexter.
Okay,
I don't have a reason. I just don't like that.
that's fine.
That's
You
fine.
don't have to like it.
right.
I do.
It's actually one of the shows I loved.
Troy, I respect your opinion.
Thank you, Joel.
I think
did.
it kind of maybe, if you kind of squint, looks like a knockoff Dexter.
There it is.
All right, fuck you guys.
God.
So, what'd you say this one was? It was one of your.
It was one of my mez.
God damn it!
This is one of my loves. I really love this
really?
show. Yeah.
You actually loved it.
Yeah. I will continue to watch this show.
I did. I'll put it right out now that I did like this show.
Okay.
I going in, I didn't think I would like it so much. I actually didn't even know what the premise of the show was for
Yeah.
any of these going in. And then I don't remember who the father is in this, but I like him on whatever I see usually. Mm-hmm. The,
he used
like
to be
the
married to
serial
Kate
killer.
Beckinsale.
That doesn't
pretty
mean
sure.
anything to me.
Yeah.
Michael something.
The surgeon
Michael
is
Harris
what he
or
is.
something.
Yeah, Michael. It's not Michael Bean.
No. it's
He's
not.
good though. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's good.
So when I saw he was in it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then just the fact that, like, he almost hands down, like, his kind of weird serial killer psyche to his son, but
Or
his
he's,
son
pushing it on him.
wants to, like, go the other direction and use his knowledge to put those people away.
Yeah.
But he still almost has that itch in there
Yeah,
to,
like,
like,
you get that feeling he
wanna
really
fucking
wants
kill
to.
somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was, like, a really cool crux of the show.
Yeah. I thought they sprinkled in a lot of that where there was a lot of they played with tension, I thought, really well
Yeah.
with him. And I liked the lead guy. I don't know if he's in anything before.
No, I like. Yeah,
But he
I
was
like.
just creepy looking enough, but
Yeah.
like also
Yeah.
charismatic
Yeah.
and believable and like overconfident, and because he was working for the FBI and just like cocky. But like I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
He's an interesting actor, whoever he is, but
Yeah.
he plays it off well.
Yeah.
I like the lead actor and I like his father.
I like his
I
father,
like
too.
all the parts where they
Chemistry
interact
between them too.
and where like he's kind of like the spotlight. Like I think both of them are really good. It's just everyone else I can't really get into.
The mother, the sister is like pretty reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
kind of
the
forgot that they
police
were in
officer.
parts of it.
I liked
Yeah.
this detective guy though that brings it back in, and how at the end of the episode you see how they like met.
Oh yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
he's
was
good.
really
He's
was
good.
kind of a for a first episode to come back to that. And when they go back in time and you see flashbacks, I actually like the cinematography. I like the tone of the cinematography through all of it, but the tone of that felt like 90s, like the like gritty, like almost film. I don't
grainy.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like a little blurred and just as I don't know.
Yeah.
And then there's one part where like he's stuck in a nightmare and he's running in the cop station, and like you see his like dreams and it's flashing in and out, and it was actually really well shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think the show has like the best, some of the best
Some of the
production
best, yeah.
value.
Yeah.
You know,
I know Molly liked it and she wants to keep going on.
I'm gonna keep watching it.
I do think like it was made because of like the serial killer fad that's going on
Yeah.
right now. So
I feel like it's just always happening though. It's like cyclical.
yeah, but I think it's really high right now with
Yeah.
like a lot of the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
After like Making a Murderer and all that kind of shit, like Sword and Scale podcasts, all that kind of shit coming out.
Yeah.
Like I think Fox is like trying to really double down on like something like that. And like granted they're like playing with trends, which isn't a bad thing to do because they got to strike while the iron's hot. And so that's how I think the show was made, but doing so, like I don't think they made a bad show out of it.
no.
So I really enjoy. I'll probably catch a few more episodes of this because I think you're going to continue to watch it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't hate it if it's on. So yeah, I
It
mean
was
I
one
ended
of
up
the
liking the
ones
show.
That just from reading it and from like the cover graphic, like the image on Hulu was really interesting the way they did it. It's like two images of a
Kinda like
face
that
and it's
Escher-
unwrapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it was one of
illustration.
the few that I was like, I'm actually really pumped to watch this, but I knew I
Yeah.
had to watch it when Macy, like when no kids are around. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a good show to watch when it's like dark and you're by yourself and
Yeah.
without being too scary.
Yeah.
Too spooky.
But the killer in it, like there was kind of like there were two serial killers other than his dad,
Yeah.
but they were creepy. Like a bunch of heads in jars. Like it was
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic for
So-
being
Yeah.
network.
No, it's like the only like the thing that only makes me say "muh" about it is that like it does strike me as like just an amalgamation of the Blacklist and Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Where I think like those two shows did what this does better.
Okay,
So maybe it's just because I just watch too much shit.
that's
That-
a
Yeah, I
say
haven't
that.
seen.
Yeah.
I
And
haven't seen those. So
I don't know. There's like a few points in this too where like the writing felt a little off. Like especially like when they were like joking. Like there's one part where like someone chimes in where they're like the main actor's like describing like this guy's like a sociopath or whatever and like really
she's
getting
talking
in
about
depth
her
and
ex.
shit. And then she's like, sounds like my ex. And
Oh
I'm like,
yeah, that was kind
"Oh,
of groan worthy.
okay, we're gonna do this now.
yeah, but they seemed kind of like for at least for the first episode, I was like they're just like kind of side cops.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll become more.
Another thing that it kind of rubbed me the wrong way a few times is that he comes off as a bit of like a smarmy dick. Like when he's like trying to describe, like when he goes to that murder scene when he's like that other cop brings him in after he gets fired from that other place and he like
Fired from the FBI.
Yeah,
That
fired
other
from
place?
that. I couldn't remember what he was. I couldn't remember if it was
Other
like
place.
like another police
That mom
department
and
or
pop
whatever.
shop.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he got fired from the FBI.
So he goes to the work with that precinct, and he just comes in, and he's like, "No, he must have done it this way." And like,
I
fuck
think that
you. You
plays
sound like a
into-
prick.
But I think that plays into like the whole like it kind of playing up that he might have some like serial killer.
No,
like,
I get
psychosis type
that. I
things.
just the way he sounded like a fucking douchebag.
All right.
But I do like. But when it comes around to the end, where they're saving that guy from the bomb under the chair, and he's like, "Well, the only thing I get to do is
Oh,
cut
yeah,
your
when he
hand off,"
cuts
and he
that
looks
dude's-
fucking stoked to cut that.
Yeah.
That was
dude's
pretty.
hand
That
off.
was pretty sweet when he cut that dude's hand off.
Yeah.
I was
In my head, I
that
was going,
cool.
is there another way he wouldn't have to do that? And I was like trying to calculate, like, is he really right? And yeah, he was, but you know, there
Yeah.
you go. But then at the very end of the episode, because like you start to kind of think, like, is he already unraveling the first episode? Like, he cuts that guy's hand off. Is he going to become like a killer?
Yeah.
And then he brushes off his dad, and then you see the flashback to where because they're like, well, how do you know this guy? Like realizing like you brought in a serial killer's kid, and then you realize that he called the cops on his dad.
Yeah.
And while the dad's pouring the tea, not realizing like and
That's
saying
how he
like,
would kill his victims before
yeah,
he.
but like get your gun out, you're gonna need it. That's how he
Yeah.
kills them.
and then
And
they
I was like, oh, and then for the sergeant to be like, he is one of us. Like he just isn't what he's a little out there.
Yeah.
but,
Brought
yeah.
it right back around. Like he's
Yeah.
trying really hard to
But
like.
they even like do shit where it's like is like his dad kind of manipulating the outside forces to try and get his son
Yeah.
back into his life.
which I
'Cause
thought
they're
that
like,
was
how did
interesting
he?
too.
Yeah, or it was like, how did he find those parts of your
Pages.
journal without like actually
giving it
reading
to
the
him.
whole fucking thing? 'Cause there's like hundreds of pages of your journal, but he had like these two specific pages that showed how you killed people.
And then the look on the dad's face as he leaves when he's
Yeah.
like, a smirk like he's gonna. I think it'll be interesting. Where it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same.
it could be good. Like, I'm gonna watch it because Molly's into it, so I'm sure we'll watch it. But my only thing is that it feels like kind of like a amalgamation of things that I've seen
I could see that.
that
Yeah,
have done
that's
it
fair.
better.
That's fair. See, Danger, what else do you want to talk about? We have Bluff City Law, Sunnyside, and Stumptown left.
I like Stumptown. That was another one that I wouldn't say love. I really like it. Like I would keep up with it and watch it with you.
Stumptown, huh?
And it also I thought had some of the best production value out of their other shows.
Yeah, Stumptown is my other man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like her. I like Kobe Smothers. I think
No.
she's a good female lead. My only meh thing about it is like, how many fucking shows do we need in Portland?
She's good, but I think she's miscast. Like, I feel like the show would be better if it was grittier. So much this felt like less gritty and more hipster.
So I kind of agree with that. So this one came out September 25th. It's a Fox program. It is a show where Colby Smulders is ex-military. Well, not ex-military. Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't work for the military anymore.
Yeah.
And is kind of like,
She's a PI.
yeah, a private investigator, works kind of like offside with the cops and is bringing down like things here and there or whatever, and kind of is in like minor cahoots with like this Indian casino where she spends most of her time.
Yeah.
Native American casino.
Well, she also
sorry.
has PTSD,
And-
and she's
yeah,
not
and-
really dealing with it
Yeah.
well. So she
Yeah.
gambles and is just kind of like slumming it through her life because shit's happened.
Yeah, I think this is. I like this premise of it, and I really like that Colby Smulders is like ex-military. I kind of like that, where
Yeah.
it kind of flashes back to like she does have issues, so that's why it like has brought her to this path
And why
in her
she's
life.
like strong as hell and can fight.
Yeah.
Like she actually is military trained.
Yeah, and with that, I like the action in this too.
Yeah. I know the thing that drew me to this, when I was talking about how I was looking forward to this before, was the trailer for this was kind of like that opening scene with the car where she's
Yeah.
like fighting those two dudes in
that
there.
was awesome.
That's cool. But yeah, like my only thing that kind of makes me meh about it is just I don't know. Like I want this to be more like underbelly, seedy, and
Yeah.
it never really strikes me as that. Everything is so clean.
Yeah, I think it can it can easily get there. I took my elevator description of this is Jessica Jones for network TV.
Sure.
Because, like, she's kind of, like, off color and a little bit, like, hip or whatever.
Yeah.
And just looking at Colby Smolder, she's always wearing, like, a band t-shirt or whatever like that. So it's just like, oh, okay, like, I get it. Even though there's, like, no superpowers or anything in the show.
Yeah.
But I do like... This is one that I did like. I would probably keep up with it. I don't know. I didn't, like, love the show.
Yeah.
But it was, like, a
Yeah.
like plus, maybe,
Yeah.
if I
Okay.
were to do anything like that.
I liked that she had a brother with Down syndrome who was like cool and capable.
Yeah.
I love that Jake
Johnson.
Johnson guy
Yeah.
who was running the brewery and like has her back. I
That
like
bar that's almost identical to New Girl's Bar.
pretty much.
It
But
looks
I
so
like
much
him.
like it.
I think he always provides good comedic relief. So as an actor, I think if they do his lines right, like he actually is like a good side character.
Yeah.
And I actually like that her as a female character, she's like tough and strong, but like she's gone through some shit that she's like not over, and she's
Yeah.
just basically like coasting
Yeah.
and like gritty, but like she takes care of her brother. She drives a real piece of shit car and is just like, fuck it, like my life sucks because she
Yeah.
lost the guy she loved.
Yeah.
And the only reason she wasn't with him is because his mom didn't approve of her, and his mom runs a casino, like Native, and so she's like owes the casino money. She keeps fucking losing because she just doesn't give a shit about anything right now, other than like just making it by.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the premise of the whole first episode is like she's only helping out because they would wipe out her debts.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it's somebody who's coasting, but then it kind of like opens up by the end because she like realize, you know, you see some of her PTSD. The fight scene where she like uses the fire extinguisher and sprays it in the car.
Yeah.
And even the two kidnappers I thought were really funny because like they like were singing along to the tape deck, and then she beats a shit out of them, and
Yeah.
it goes back in time.
I actually really liked the humor sprinkled in this more than any other. Even the
she can
comedies.
do-
Yeah.
I love the humor in
She
this
can
more
do
than that.
humor, like when she was in her shit car and like in front of that wisecracking teenager who wouldn't tell her anything and was like texting.
Yeah.
And she's like, her car won't start in front of her and is like, of course, fucking won't.
Yeah.
And drives off, but then knew to go just around the block and then ran through the bushes and grabbed the fucking phone.
Running behind that teen is like,
was pretty
get your phone. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
but I was like, that was actually really awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. But she's one of the few actresses I think who has like good enough timing and seems realistic enough of a person.
Playing all those years as Robin.
Yeah, she's a good straight edge character. But then like I can see it. She just came off the fucking Marvel movies, so it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you could see her as ex-military because that's all you've seen her as for the last like, 10 years.
Yeah, like I agree that this is like an interesting premise, but like the only thing against it is that like I don't know if Colby Smulders is like the right choice for like a character like this. Like I would almost kind of want her to be someone that's not like classically beautiful, like someone that like you
Oh,
see Col-
she's too pretty
like
for
you see Colby Smulders in a bar, you're like, why the fuck are you a poor ex-military person? You could get away with so much shit
I don't know.
being who you
I
are.
don't agree with
But
that.
did, like freaking.
We live in a small ass town with ordinary people, and I see people in our local shithole bars who are I look at them and
I
I'm
like
like,
those
you're too
bars."
pretty to be here. And they're like living their lives and doing, I mean, I think anywhere you go, I don't think being pretty has anything to do with
But like
it.
Jennifer Garner was in like how many like seasons of Alias?
Yeah. But no, like I think like imagine
difference?
how I almost kind of want to see it switched where like imagine like the
Man is
chick
in it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
like imagine like the woman from like Emergence was like the lead actress in this. I think that would make it way more interesting.
And she could do it. But I
Yeah.
think as an actress, Kobe's like, I think you could have a lot of pretty actors. They could have cast any pretty face if you want to talk about being pretty, and they would not be as funny or as believable kick-ass. I don't think her pretty factors. I think Kobe Smulders like pulled off the comedic moments, and she is good at being just like like I feel like she's like a regular dude. Like she would sit in front of the TV with her hand in her pants drinking a beer. Like I don't get the impression that she's like this frilly pretty runway model.
Yeah, like I get all that. Like yeah, like I think out of anyone that it could be, like Colby Smulders is probably the best choice.
You just want her to be a little thicker, is what you're saying.
I want it
You
to
like
be
it for thick girls.
I want it to be like more gritty.
THICC.
I want like a show like this to be more gritty and imperfect. Like so much of this seems perfect.
Well, it was
like it seems more
first episode.
No, I get it, but like how everything is set up, like everyone is it feels like Hollywood idea of what Stumptown would be. I want to see what
fucking Portland.
I want to see what Stumptown would be. Like everyone is pretty and everything is not dirty, it's more hipster.
That grandma was not pretty. She definitely had some paralysis in those fucking lips.
Okay.
She had like a weird
Jeez.
lip that didn't move.
But
get
still I want like a show like this to feel like it's lived in and not be like we're on a Hollywood backlot and we're doing these fun scenes with these pretty people.
Yeah.
Like if I were to see this as like, holy shit, this is a bad neighborhood to be in, and they need someone like her, even though she's not perfect. They need someone like her.
Yeah, but does Portland have bad neighborhoods?
Who knows?
It's fucking Portland.
But
God damn it.
It's
Portland.
gentrified.
But I want to take Troy on a vacation there. Yeah, Portland is like the hipster mecca right now.
But if you're gonna build a world,
Seedy Mecca.
if you're gonna build a world that's gonna convince me that you need someone outside of the law to take care of it, make it look like a world that needs someone outside of the law to take care of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that feeling from this.
Okay.
All right.
I think your argument is relevant. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you for making
We've
me relevant,
established
Troy.
that you like thick girls. All right, we get it. We get your fucking.
I'm not
thick
even
girls.
That's all
saying-
we got out of this. You like
Fine,
thick
okay.
girls.
You like unconventionally pretty thick girls.
It's not because I like her. It's
Moving
because I like her to be
on.
unconventional.
Let's get off that Hollywood backlot, guys.
Get onto this Hollywood
Throw a little-
backlot. You know what I mean?
Put a little
Ooh.
dirt on it.
Yeah.
Ew.
Let's do Sunnyside as our
Okay.
next one. This debuted September 26th. Another NBC, the Peacock, put this one on.
Yeah.
Peacock. Peacock.
Now, Troy, if you're paying attention, the next two that we're talking about are the ones that I liked.
Oh my goodness.
Good
oh
segue.
my goodness.
Good callback
I
and segue.
didn't get any of your guesses correct.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd like this one.
Okay.
But this I wasn't when you were like when I was talking about I think the hearts and talking about like shitting on rural America.
Yeah.
I was like either you're going to love the Harmony show and hate this or vice versa. And I
Yeah.
was hoping you liked this one cuz I
Yeah.
like this one too.
I also thought you were talking about Sunny.
It could go either way. I was like I
Yeah.
don't know where he's going.
So Sunnyside features Cal Penn, and he was like a city senator,
councilman?
City councilman.
In New York City, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And he was elected on his good values. Da da da. He wants to clean up the town.
Back
Blah
in
blah
like
blah blah blah.
2004.
Back in 2004, when he had a terrible wig,
Made me feel really fucking old.
and then he gets elected and doesn't do jack shit. He's a piece of crap.
Yeah, he gets corrupted by his success by fucking D-list celebrities.
Yeah.
And getting
Rihanna's
drunk.
cousin.
And yeah.
And then he gets not reelected, or he gets ejected from the seat.
Yeah, they vote him out. Like he's like almost impeached pretty much.
Yeah,
Well,
and
because he gets caught on, like, he gets pulled over intoxicated, and
Yeah.
the cop cam makes it onto YouTube.
yeah, and then he's trying to bribe
Yeah,
the cop
bribes
to let
the
him
cop.
go,
Yeah.
whatever. Bribes him up to like $1 billion.
Yeah. $1 billion.
So anyway, he's like out of office now, and it's kind of like out on his ass, and so he's trying to like recreate himself or get back into the political landscape by still being kind of a dick, but trying to still get good graces with the public.
He's trying to raise money by putting his name on Craigslist to be like, hey, ask the
Guy
the
who
fuck-
Puke
puked.
guy.
Yeah, guy that ask the puker of questions.
And takes selfies.
Yeah, and so he's got a get rich quick scheme doing that, and then runs into a group of, I guess, yeah, they'd be immigrants or
Yeah.
people. Apparently, some that didn't know that they weren't American.
Yeah.
And they're trying to all gain their citizenship, and they're asking for his advice to become citizens of the United
Because
States.
he was a city councilman. So
yes,
they think
and so
he can
has
help them.
connections.
Yeah. Or they
Um,
think he has connections.
Yeah.
Because he's a dick and he lied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one I like the premise of, but I can't get
I know where you're going.
I don't
agree.
know if I like Cal Penn.
I'm there with you.
I mean, I can see that. I think Cal Penn's probably the weakest character out of all these, but like Michael Schur always sells me on like the side characters of shows.
Who's that?
He's the guy that did that. Like he's like
Did you do Good Place?
the Good Place of The Office,
Okay.
Oh, got
and
it.
he's the
Got
guy
it,
that's
got it.
behind this.
Sorry, I thought he was like an actor at one. We were saying
No.
Okay, got it.
But
yeah,
like,
I liked all the immigrants. Like,
Yeah.
I liked the where
Yeah.
that was going.
and I think you're almost supposed to kind of hate Cal Penn because he's still at this point where he's just kind of full of himself, kind of. But
He's just so monotone.
Yeah, he's exactly. So like that's kind of
In,
what
in every other
I
thing
know
I've
you're
seen him in,
supposed
not
to.
in
I
this
know
show.
you're not supposed to like him in this very much,
Yeah.
but even then, I'm like, he is come like droll.
Yeah.
and, like just kind of. I think he was very funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
couldn't really get into him, but like the premise of the show is I think a good one. Like, oh, let's try to get these people like citizenship. It'll show like
Yeah.
a good-hearted nature to everybody. You get this colorful cast of characters from like all around or whatever.
yeah,
But this is like another one too, where it's like this is technically a comedy, even though I didn't really laugh a whole lot.
I actually laughed at quite a few things in this.
But it's another one where there's like a huge kind of cast of characters, and you have 20 minutes to get to know everybody really quick.
yeah.
And so like that's where I think it kind of like faltered a bit, because you can't really know more than what you get in like 2-minute like little blips here and there.
Yeah.
I thought it was smart though, and kind of like got your attention that one of them got deported like in the first episode and
Yeah.
made you go like, oh shit, like I barely even got to see this character, and like I
And he was like one of my favorite guys.
Yeah,
too.
same.
Yeah, but,
yeah,
like-
let's go to disco.
I took 'em.
Okay.
So I feel like it makes you like open your eyes like, okay, probably should get to you like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll pay more attention now.
But I think this and the other one that I like that we're going to talk about later, like I think the thing I like the most about both of them is that they almost kind of show like how systemically fucked up we are. Like
As
especially
a
with like
country or as human
yeah,
beings?
as a country. like with this especially with like anytime you talk to people about like how like people are getting deported and everything, where it's like, well, if they just come in legally, then this won't be a problem. And then this show does a good job of showing like getting in the country legally is just as fucked.
Yeah.
It's
Why
almost
people
more
come
fucked.
in illegally.
Yeah, it's why
because
people
it's
come
such
in
a
illegally.
fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's so fucked. But like people still want to come in, and it's what makes America what it is. But no one gets that because we're fucking being. I don't want to make this as political as I've already made it. But
I
it's
know.
like,
I wanted to bring that up before that you brought
But
up at the
no.
top of the show. It's like we don't want to get political
But
on this
no,
show
but
at
that's-
all, and then that's all what we're doing.
that's almost kind of why I like doing these, is because like you can almost kind of see like how the country feels through shit like this, because it's like you're
Or-
putting shit out here like that.
How the two sides kind of pander
Yeah,
the audit, because like in a way you could play devil's act. Like we're all pretty
fairly liberal.
yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like liking the show probably comes a little more naturally, and we're like, yeah, showing the man like how hard it is to come here. Whereas I feel like if you ask somebody from the other side, they would feel like it's pandering and it's like liberal agenda coming through as a comedy.
but
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
this one
It is.
This
Like,
one
as much
pleads
as
its
we-
case way more.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just I would agree, but I'm just saying I think as we head into this whole season, like political season with our country and what's going on, it's really easy to shit on the shows that are like pandering to like Trump's America, but like this definitely feels like a liberal show that's like a liberal agenda.
well, granted,
but I
TV
I
is
like
mostly
it.
Yeah.
liberal,
Yeah.
especially.
But
for,
I do really like it, but I could see how it would possibly.
But you take this show
It's-
compared to like a
it's
Perfect
pulling on
Harmony, where Perfect Harmony felt like way more pandering. Like there was like, let's get this guy to talk down to these small town people, and hey, let's throw God in there while we're at it.
I'm just saying.
And then-
I think all of these are pandering on some like.
Yeah.
it is pandering, even if it feels
Everything
like,
is pandering in
It
a
just
certain
feels
way.
better to like a liberal, like yay, it's showing how hard, and I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it for that, but I do see how like again, it's a show that I think is only coming up because of the current political agenda, and it's it's just the other side of the coin.
But I think that's why a show like this needs to be around. Like,
Yeah.
I think like a show like this doesn't talk down to someone from like small town America that would be like attracted to a
Oh, no.
Trump-esque
Yeah.
type character.
No. It
Like
would-
a show like Perfect Harmony is one where it's like, that's what they think of us? Then
Yeah.
fuck them. But with this, like, with like Sunnyside, they show you the other side of the coin where it's like, oh, you think it's so easy to get into this country? Here's people that want to be here so bad that they're doing all this all day, every day.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah, it is pandering, but this pleads its case a lot more than a fucking show like Perfect Harmony.
I do think it'll be interesting to see, like, so these are the shows coming out this year. What'll be coming out once it's 2020 and it's like election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna just
Like, I think
But it
that's
is
what
an
makes
interesting
this...
precursor, like leading up to it, that it's an immigration show.
Yeah, that's what I think it makes it interesting for us to follow this shit like this. Because it's like, yeah, like, of course, like, TV is going to be manipulated by, like, how people feel in this country.
Yeah, for sure.
There he is.
This is one of them when I wrote down, I just went off your list and wrote them all down. I put this as a meh. So much so that I read the title and I'm like, I don't even remember what happened in this show. Like, until I...
Yeah, I don't
like,
think the
look-
title matches the show. Sunnyside.
I don't think so either. I'm like, what happened in... What was this?
I think it's like a part of, it's, again, a part of New York, I know.
I
But
don't know.
when you
So
first read it and then you
Yeah.
read what it's about, I'm like, Sunnyside, and then
Yeah.
it's
I
about
looked
I know,
at
it
the
took me
title
a-
card and I'm like, oh, it's the Cal Penn one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's...
Yeah,
okay,
I have to
get
keep
it.
reminding
I know.
myself.
Yeah,
But,
it took
like-
me a couple times to remember the title, too.
But like everything else, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I know what that is. I know that Sunnyside. Did I watch that? Oh yeah, I did. Because that's kind of like how meh I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'll give it. I will give it a chance because I liked it, but I don't know if I can keep up the steam if it doesn't get like more.
The colorful cast of characters was fun.
Yeah.
But there's nobody that really stood out except for the guy that got hit by ice. Like, I liked him the
no.
most because he was like super fun, and I was like, yeah, this guy's a fucking party all the time. And everyone else, I'm like, you're fucking annoying. I don't care about you.
See, there's
Except
so many-
for the or she from the Dominican Republic, or she must be because Puerto Rico's from the United States, which
Yeah.
we learned
Yeah.
in the show.
Yeah.
yeah, there's things I'm learning in the show. Like, yeah, I knew that.
I love like anywhere they go, she's like, "Oh yeah, I also work here." Like, I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that was a funny ongoing
See,
joke.
there's so many people in this that I liked. Like, I'm surprised you thought that they were annoying because, like, I can see how you could think they're annoying, but like the two Asian siblings,
Didn't
fucking
like
hated
him.
them.
I fucking hated him.
I thought
too.
they were stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
I loved that like they're just people that are just so fucking don't understand how anything works.
'Cause
Like
they're
they're so
wealthy.
rich,
Yeah.
but it's like they break it down to where it's like, yeah, we're always brought to this idea that like, oh yeah, you have to be like a poor immigrant to like want to get like, no, they're like fucking rich as shit. Like they're almost kind of assholes in a way, but they still want to get into this country. But like they like some of the shit gags they do with them in this, where like they're like, can you recycle this?
Yeah,
and they're like
it's
giving people money.
Yeah.
Like,
Somebody's already touched this.
Yeah.
Can you recycle that?
Like give someone $10,000.
God.
And then like the one guy who's like he's like pretty much an American. He was just born in he was born in the same country as the guy that got deported.
Right.
And the guy's like, "Hey, we disco." I was like, "No, we don't disco. I don't know what you're talking about."
Why are you using that word as a verb?
Yeah, like we're brothers. We're brothers. We're from the same country. Like, no, I don't. I've grown up here since I was 2. Like he's like always so like weirded out by like the guy that like was pretty much grew up in the same country that he was born in. And the guy's like so like drawn to like, what's this shitty music you're playing? Like it's our home country.
Number one in
Number one in
Romania.
Romania. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like I loved like their interactions with each other. And then, like, the guy that was, like, the taxi driver where he's, like, at the end, he's, like, asking, like, his nurse sister, like, what kind of, like, procedures being done at her hospital because he was a doctor where he
yeah.
came from.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, everyone is
And she
so...
goes, "Who are you?" And he just says his Indian name,
yeah.
like his long name. And she's like,
Okay. But no, like, that's what I like about Michael Schur is that, like, he makes characters into stereotypes, but they're not stereotypes based on, like, race. It's more, like, stereotypes based on like you know
Personality.
someone that's like that
Yeah.
in some
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Like a good place is like that.
Like even the Asian siblings, you can consider them annoying, but everyone kind of knows that person that's been in money for so long that they just don't understand how it works or how society works outside of the money that they own. So like I just I don't know, I just like the characters that he put into this, based even like the ones that seem like total pieces of shit. They're so over the top that I almost kind of like them, like going all the way, like it's like a 360 where it's like I hate them so much that I start loving them by how fucking ridiculous they
Stockholm
are.
syndrome.
Yeah. All right, right on. Well, then that brings us to the only one left is Bluff City Law, debuting September 23rd on NBC.
NBC.
This one is a courtroom drama.
Yeah.
A family law office with.
A family law starring old Jimmy Smitty.
Yeah.
I know,
It
but
takes
Jimmy
place like
Smith's
in
back.
Kentucky too, doesn't it?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, yeah.
That's actually one of the most redeeming qualities about it is that it's not in
Really?
fucking Portland.
It's not on the coast. It's like somewhere
not in
on the
fucking
in the
Portland.
heartland.
I don't hate Portland. Can I just put that out there? But I just feel like all of those TV producers will pick one trendy city and then all shows are set there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Seattle and Portland are it. But when Memphis came up, I'm like, we rode the train through Memphis. That's I've never seen any shit go down there. So like, I
Right.
just thought it was cool that it was like, oh, it's finally like a refreshing
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah. So you've already tipped your hat that you like this, JC.
Yes.
So why don't you
Really?
regale us on why you happen to like
Jesus,
this show?
that was a big crack in your
Crack
neck.
my neck.
See, I like this almost kind of like the same way I like Sunnyside, where it kind of shows how fucked like the criminal justice system is, especially when it comes to how corporations will hire multiple upon multiple experts to like show you how to skirt things so you can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And like in this they show like someone that's kind of converting from working in that kind of level to like a smaller level where you're actually helping the people that they fuck over and
Yeah.
showing like how like, yeah, this sucks, but it's like it's the right thing to do. Like even like down to where she's like, this job is way harder because I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Like when you're working on like the corporate level, it's just like, well, if I lose, I lose. But here, like if you lose, you're fucking up an entire person's life.
Yep. Yeah. I like that too. The one thing I wish that they did in this is that like she stayed almost in that corporate position a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because she didn't like it
No.
so
Yeah.
much. Even though like if she won, like good for her or whatever.
Yeah.
She's a great lawyer, but like I almost wanted to see like her be like kind of like in Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah.
Where they're like the lobbyists for like alcohol, tobacco, and firearms or whatever, and they're like
Yeah.
good at promoting like an evil side, and they're like they kind of flipping it or whatever. I would like to see like more of that being fought by the father's side, who is on like the side of good or whatever.
Yeah.
And the daughter is like on the side of, I'll say quote evil.
Yeah.
I almost play that up a little bit more, and then like have her turn like later on in like the season rather than like in the beginning of the episode.
See, but I felt like they spun it. It was more about the family dynamic than it was about the case.
And I like
No,
the-
I know that, but like,
So, like, it-
I think it'd be more of an interesting thing to see like her just start hating her life more and more as like what she's, the profession she chose that she likes to do. Like she likes her profession, but she doesn't like the way her profession has taken her career. And like she just kind of goes into like a downward spiral or something until she'll has to start all over with her dad's law firm or something.
He really took it. He took this to his own place.
Because I really liked the beginning of this where she like, you don't expect her to be like on the side of like these corporations, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting. I
Yeah.
want to see more of this. And then she's like, I'm just gonna go with my dad. I'm like, well, fuck,
Well,
I don't care.
I don't know. She almost seems like an ally because she was kind of an asshole. Like,
yeah, I know
she's,
that,
like-
but I want to see more of that. I want to see her be more of an asshole. Like
Maybe
on
they'll
the,
flashback for you.
I don't see why
But-
you guys are such being
No,
bitches right
no,
now
no.
about this.
Big bitches.
Wow.
But
You're
no,
trying to
like,
be that asshole.
I think they still convey it in a good way where they show they almost show how like desensitized and how separate from the actual situation she was
Yeah.
based on how she's interacting with people now.
Well, they start the show with her seemingly like she's gonna lose,
Yeah.
and she's like screaming in a bathroom and sweating, and
Mm-hmm.
like, and then it goes back in time.
Yeah.
What, 6 weeks? And they're like, how'd she get from there to here that fast? And then you find out in the end, like how it really the court case really goes
Yeah.
is not what you expect. And it's all just about like her mom dying and her dad. She used to work for her dad. He just like pissed her off because he was cheating on
Oh,
her
dude,
mom.
I love that Jimmy Smits is a total asshole in this.
He's like a southern, like southern charmer. Like has a huge plantation-y like home, and like cheated on the mother who's now dead, but like keeps saying how she's the love of his life.
Yeah.
Ends up having like maybe more than one kid, which I knew that was gonna fucking happen. And I don't know. I just felt like she's just mad at her dad because he cheated, and it's like, all right, but I'll come back.
But no, but like to go back to your point, Troy, I think they did that in a way where, like, instead of doing an entire arc where she's a shithead for like almost an entire season, they show like how her job made her desensitized to law, to where it wasn't about the people, it was about just doing your job. And now doing what she's doing now, working at this law firm where she's actually defending the people that she was prosecuting against for so long, it breaks her down to where it's like, this sucks more because now I'm actually like experiencing how fucked up these people were that I was defending for so long.
Yeah. No, I understand. I'm not a fool. I get it.
All right.
I watched the show.
But no, that's what I
Right,
think.
boys.
I think they did enough with that. Like her, like with that doing that whole speech where she was like, "This job almost sucks more because I actually know the people that I'm defending, as opposed to just a faceless corporation."
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I just want to see more of the inner turmoil. That's all.
I did think like, so I like legal shows, but this one I'm more mad on this. But they had like a side case with that teacher.
I know
who-
I don't know if they're gonna go on with
But
that
like,
more.
but why
or
did
what.
they even have to throw in a side case so like another guy in the firm could try and like
They just need to
introducing the character? I just
needed to give hot beefcake lawyer that the main
it
character's
just-
gonna
to me,
fuck
I just
later
felt like
to
that
do
was-
something.
it was kind of like meh. Like, why did you have to add this? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I completely forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
And,
so
like-
that
I
guy's gonna
just
fuck her.
watched it.
That guy's gonna
Yeah.
fuck the main characters later.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
yeah.
She might get back with her
No.
steamy cop ex-husband that they showed in the back of the courtroom, like in Googly as. I don't like the girl. I don't like the lead
She's
lady.
fine. I don't mind her.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
I
just
didn't
okay.
like her enough as a lead for me to be like, yeah, I want to watch you every week. I like Jimmy Smits, but then he's kind of a dick because he kept cheating on the mom.
I like lesbian Paula Dean. She was pretty cool.
Was she in this?
Eh.
No, I call her lesbian Paula Dean because she was just like she's like this like
Yeah.
this Southern Belle older chick where it was like they have
Della.
a throwaway
Oh,
line.
in the paralegal office.
Yeah, they have a
whatever?
throwaway line where it's like, hey, maybe you and your wife would like to have us over for dinner someday. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing.
I completely missed that. I ended up because I don't usually like court shows at all. I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of those, Law and Order or anything like.
See, I like him.
But I went in like after watching this, I'm like, I kind of liked it. Like, even though like I had this like huge
Maybe I
rant
do like
in the
law
beginning of this, like I
shows.
thought it should go this way, blah blah blah. But overall, I'm like, oh, I can kind of see it. It's a little over schmaltzy at times.
yeah,
Which
Yeah.
kind of was like my biggest complaint.
it is. Yeah, it is schmaltzy. I will say it almost got me. I didn't tear up, but I felt a little lump when like after they did the verdict and the dad was like hugging his family, being like, "You're gonna be okay."
Yeah.
I
yeah.
I got a little lump there. I was like, okay,
Um,
okay, you got me.
I never felt that strong, but the one question I had is like, as soon as the verdict came down, I'm like, how does a jury configure all the money they get paid out? Like that's the one.
Yeah,
thing
that was kind of like I think that's like even done in a completely separate case that the judge actually determines, but
Yeah, I
they
don't
just
think
kind
the
of want to
jury
like
decides.
they just
Hurry
want to
it
like
up.
really, let's get this over with. Just like really hammer home that he's getting to be okay.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like another like 3 months before they actually determine how much you get paid. But they were like, yeah, let's have the jury decide so we can really fucking hammer home that
Yeah.
they're gonna make a shit ton of money.
We went back there for 5 minutes and deliberated. We determined that he gets $45 million.
Let's just keep it from being like, give him $1 billion.
But yeah, I would say between all of our ratings, I would say that I ended up liking this show.
Okay.
But I don't know if I liked it enough to really keep going. But it's not a mess.
I might stick with it just to see like what they do more with it. Like I like the idea that it's her against shitty corporations because fucking I'm on the definite end that corporations are fucked up in this country.
I bet they don't go down that route though. I bet they have like just harebrained, like feel good cases.
I don't know.
I don't think it's all going to be corporations. I think it's going to.
I think a good chunk of them are because that's where she came from and she's going to play
I'm
Yeah.
willing
to
to
her
bet that it
strengths
doesn't.
and try
It's
to
gonna
take
be
them
And I
down.
think his
random.
firm specializes mostly in like families that have been fucked over by corporations.
I don't know. They took on that teacher who's been in jail for 10 years for a crime he didn't
Got
do.
something against applesauce. I don't know what that is. So, okay, all in all, we got all 7 of these down and
Yeah.
out.
So you can determine for yourself what's worth watching based off what we said about each show.
Uh,
And I'm watching a show that's not even on any of this. But I guess it's not fall TV, but it is a new show. It's called The Righteous Gemstones on HBO.
Oh yeah, I've been watching that. It's good.
Yeah, I could see you.
Yeah, it's good.
so, of these 7 shows, which one did you like, Chelsea?
I like
most.
Prodigal Son the most. I'll probably watch that first, and then probably Stumptown.
Okay. JT, you have...
I'd probably say Sunnyside I like the most.
I'll
Okay.
watch that too.
Of all of them, I think I like Stumptown the most. But I also ended up liking Prodigal Son and Bluff City Law. So those are my top ones
Oh shit.
out of all of them.
Shit.
Yeah. So not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Another fun entry into the
I
pilot
think this was
season.
a stronger season than last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I feel like
agree.
last year sucked.
Last year, I don't think I liked a goddamn thing. I don't remember even one.
No, there's
all
some
except for
that
Manifest. I was
There's
like,
one I've kept with from last year that you
was
guys I don't think liked. Single Parents. I still watch it. I just watched season 2 opener.
oh, the Taryn Killam
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
I really like that show.
I got like
and it
3
actually was
episodes and
good.
a million little things, and I was just like, "Fuck this shit."
I
I
never ended up
completely forgot
watching
about
it,
that show.
but I like Single Parents. I watch it all the time,
All right.
and I just watched the new episode.
All right.
Well, how about it?
Single parents.
I didn't keep up with any of that. I don't keep up with hardly any TV.
Taryn Killam, Colby Smothers, little marriage action
go.
right there.
Ooh,
There you
look
go.
out, y'all. Look out, y'all.
Well, single parents getting a little frisky
Single
with
Parents is
Stumptown over
pretty
here.
funny.
Oh my God.
Brad Garrett, man,
Brad Garrett's pretty great.
he does add a good dynamic.
Everybody
to that
loves
show.
Raymond.
Hello, Raymond.
You got a cold?
Nope, Brad Garrett over here.
He's
All
Brad
right.
Garrett over there.
Well, is there anything else you guys have been into this last week besides watching, shotgunning a bunch of episodes of television?
yes.
No. My life is just breastfeeding a baby, and
Righteous
that is
Gemstones.
it. And Righteous Gemstones. That's an intense show.
It's good.
It is good.
I love
They are a
Baby
bunch of
Billy.
dicks. Baby
Is
Billy.
my favorite character.
Oh my god, his
He's
teeth.
such a
And when he stands up in that tub in the middle of Tennessee or whatever, and you see his balls and his old
baby.
balls.
Why don't you come over here and get Baby Billy over here?
I guess I need to
He
get
is
into this
gross.
show. I haven't seen it.
Oh
Well, we're
my
canceling
God.
HBO, so you might as well not even.
Yeah, a good point.
But it just talks about those mega churches that take in millions and millions,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
people who run them, and how they're like have private planes and houses and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, somebody's trying to like blackmail the oldest brother. What's his name in real life?
Danny McBride.
Dan-
Danny McBride. He
yeah.
actually created the show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that.
But blackmailing him with a video of him and his buddies like down in Atlanta from one of
Like
their
doing coke or whatever.
coke
Yeah.
and banging prostitutes and stuff.
Guy
and you see
showing
like
his penis.
yeah, a lot of penis in that
I
show.
remember, for whatever reason, I do remember seeing all of that.
Danny McBride is like a real douchey dick in this. Actually, like
Nice.
I really like God, the younger brother, Adam Devine. I like him anyway.
Yeah.
He's not as big of a douche.
Yeah.
But there's like interesting characters. The sister
I love
is
the
like
sister.
real fucked up. She is just something else.
She does like voices for like Comedy Bang Bang all the time, and I fucking love her.
Yeah, it's an interesting show. The person who's trying to blackmail him is interesting. There's an interesting twist with it,
Okay.
Yep.
and just like, oh God,
Very good. All right.
yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. Righteous Gemstones is worth checking out.
Anything else?
I saw Booksmart.
Okay.
The,
I want to see that.
yeah,
Damn it!
it's pretty good.
What did you see it on?
It's
you
I
rent
just
it?
rented it, but no, it's good. I think there's been a huge trend in like movies about like high
Smart
schoolers,
girls?
like high schools or like teenage kids
Yeah.
going out and then like going to a party at the end, and this is like
Yeah.
this fits kind of in that same genre, and I think I still think Superbad's probably funnier out of like this whole thing, but this is it's fun.
Okay.
I'd check it out for sure.
All right.
And that's all I've really been into.
Euphoria. You want to talk about a teen?
Oh Jesus,
show.
Euphoria! Holy shit,
fucking-
Euphoria's fucked.
Whoa.
Me and Molly watched Euphoria,
I
and
watched
that
the first
Jesus,
episode and I was like, holy shit.
yeah,
Oh wow.
Zendaya should get an award for that next year, though.
she's good. She's good in it.
My goodness.
Euphoria's good.
Out of nowhere, Macy has been really into Groot
Yeah.
lately.
Oh
A
really?
lot of Groot.
She fucking loves
But
Groot.
only Groot, none of the rest of the movies.
So we're like, well, we can watch some Groot. So we popped in and rewatched the first Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
again.
We did.
Still great.
She only watched bits, but
Yeah, she only watched bits, and I had to tell her when Groot was on the television. So,
but she loves Groot, and,
And
she'll
Did you
anytime-
hide her eyes when he died at the end?
and I said
didn't even
no,
get that
he's
far.
gonna come back. So like he's gonna protect everybody, but he's gonna come back as a baby Groot.
And then we've been
Oh.
watching just on YouTube, like there's a bunch of videos where they just have nothing but baby Groot or big Groot. She
Yeah.
separates the two. She's
Yeah,
very
of course.
specific.
Yeah, so she's
But
been.
she'll go, I am Groot.
I am Groot. So that's all she wanted to watch on the car ride home. Is like, Daddy, go home, Groot. Like yeah, we'll watch
Hey,
Groot.
you're slowly turning her.
Yeah, she only wants to watch one tree man who has got a simplistic vocabulary.
She's 2.5. I mean, it's pretty
I
good.
mean, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. So anyway, I give in and watch some Groot. So we can watch Guardians 2 pretty soon because I haven't
yeah.
actually seen that in a while.
There you go.
Also, yesterday, I got like a stick up my ass, right? So like
What?
at work,
Oh.
I'll tie it all in. Don't worry about it. At work, I had to take a harassment course.
Oh,
Everybody had to.
That's where he's
Oh
going.
shit.
A sexual harassment.
Sexual and just regular verbal harassment.
What'd you do, Troy?
No, I didn't personally do everything. Everybody just had to have a refresher course on harassment in the
Okay,
workplace.
that's how we'll frame it. That's fine.
I'll tell you off mic. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fuck. For fuck's sake. So in the video, there was a certain actor who I'm like, oh my god, I've seen that person before. If anybody is watching cooking shows on the internet,
like
no.
we do.
Epicurious, the channel,
Yeah.
does this video called "How to Cook Something 3 Ways."
Yeah.
Or no, it's like 3-level
Three-level chef or whatever it is, and it's like a beginner chef, a level 2 chef, and a professional chef.
Yeah.
There is a level 2 chef on most of these videos named Lorenzo,
Oh, shit.
which was in my sexual harassment video, and I got a bug up my ass to figure out what his fucking real name is.
Oh, no.
So I stalked him on any social media I could. Turns out he doesn't have anything but a Facebook.
Shit.
And I had to find him through another actor on these Epicurious shows to find out his real name. Because I wanted to figure out if he's an actual chef or just a fucking actor. Turns
Wow,
out,
he would have been a home cook.
well, whatever. Turns out he's just an actor. His real name isn't even Lorenzo.
So he sends me a
no.
picture that he took. He took his phone out, took a picture of the screen of his sexual harassment course with this very generic man's face on it, and I'm exhausted and like on maternity leave, barely holding it together. And he sends this and he's like, "Look who I found." That's all he said, and I was like, should I know this very plain man? And so I'm racking my brain early in the morning because he works a really early shift, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't know who this is. So I finally like made a joke, and then it was like, should I know this? Like, is this something I need? And then you said it, and I'm like,
Obviously, it's freaking Lorenzo, the
home
level
cook
2
number
chef.
2.
You
Son of a
dumb
bitch.
dumb.
But then we were watching these shows for the episode, and I look over, and I can't remember, it was maybe Prodigal Son or something, where I was like, you're not even paying attention, because he's on his phone.
Yep.
And then he turns his phone and shows me, and it's this Lorenzo's guy's Facebook page, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is what
I
you've been
found
doing.
the son of a bitch. I
Oh
did
my
it.
God.
I felt like a goddamn detective. I'm goddamn
You
Batman
didn't even
yesterday.
friend him.
I added him as a friend, but he has to accept my request.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I felt very accomplished yesterday.
Well done.
P.S. that I found a man on social media. He seemed to be not want to be found, but I did it. Should be freaking a goddamn detective is what it should be. And I've been catching up on episodes of Credits Due,
Yeah.
the podcast that Dinosaur Neil, the frequenter of this show, was also
Yeah.
a co-host of.
We got to bring him back on sometime.
We do.
Get him on.
This season of Credits Due, they are going through the filmography of Harrison Ford.
yeah.
Love Harrison Ford.
They've already done 2 episodes, one of A New Hope and one of The Raiders of the Lost Ark. Mm-hmm. And the next episode coming in, I think, 2 weeks, week and a half or so,
Yeah.
is going to be Blade Runner.
Yeah.
They're hitting all the big ones and then stuff later
You can
on in
listen
his
to what
career.
we thought of it with Paul putting over his phone real hard.
Fuck Paul. And minor spoilers, I suppose, but I think both you and me are going to be
Yeah.
a guest on this season.
I think, unless I say otherwise, I'm slated for Air Force One.
And I am going to be on the Cowboys versus Aliens episode.
Yeah.
Oh boy, when he's like grumpy and old.
Yeah. So that's you can look forward to that when it gets down to that. So check out Credits Due.
Yeah.
It's a fun podcast. That's all I've been into.
All right. It's good.
Pretty good. So JT,
Yeah.
if people want to talk about pilot season with you and what they did or did not like, what handle could they get at you?
Well, they can find me at BuckyFront on Twitter, also BuckyFront on Instagram, and BuckyFront on Snapchat. Troy, go ahead while I pee, because I have to pee really bad.
He is now. Peeing.
He gone. You can find me at Troy to the Max on Twitter. See Danger.
Don't find
You
me.
don't find her.
No.
You can find us both at Charm Type
Yeah,
Pod.
we owe them an episode.
We do owe you an episode. Both of us were just beat this early.
Beat to hell.
We were beat to hell, so we went to bed this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we're tired. We're real parents. It
Mm.
happens. So you can catch us out there on Twitter and Instagram, if you will. You can also find both me and JT at Review Pod on Twitter as well. All of our stuff is uploaded onto Facebook if you're a Facebook user. Not a lot of people really use that option because I think
No.
Facebook is dead. It's a dead medium.
Oh my god.
Not really.
I did see on Twitter though, for your random Turner movies, that our homeboy OJ was really pushing along.
Oh yeah,
He, like,
we already brought that up.
Tweeted.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He
Just wanna
trolled
make
us
sure.
pretty hard.
Yeah, but I barely get on Twitter, but I was looking at it and I about died laughing. So I was
Yeah.
like, I really hope he wins. And then I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to watch Mr. Magoo. Freaking awful
Think about
movie.
that, OJ. Anything you make me watch, I make Chelsea watch.
No, it's not true.
Just say yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
true.
bad. There you go. So all of our episodes are uploaded onto Review Pod at podbean.com.
Bean.
reviewpod.podbean.com. Yeah, I said it right that time. As well as like a myriad of other platforms. You can pretty much find us on any streaming platform for podcasts there is out there, such as Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. And hey, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you can rate and review us there because that helps other people find the show. And if you want to write into the show, which many people have done, you can do so at reviewpod@gmail.com.
They can.
They can.
I was sitting here for all of that.
You bet you were.
You were whizzing in a can.
Jesus
Yeah, that's
Christ.
right. We got bedpans all over the place over here.
Ooh.
Lord mercy.
So that's going to be the show.
It
The
is.
show. What do we got coming up Monday?
Well, Monday, Troy, since we talked about a bunch of TV I made you watch,
Yes.
let's go do a flashback and talk about some TV you made me watch,
Perfect.
where we talk about Flash Season 1.
Oh, okay. That's where I tune out.
Great.
When are
Perfect.
you guys going to review Designing Women? Okay,
Never.
come on.
Because fuck it.
What? Georgia?
You watched that fight scene I told you about, or that where she like stands up. It was a good scene.
Yeah, it was a great scene. I have no interest in watching any of the rest of the show.
Okay.
Listen, I have
Can't
limited
handle
time as
feminist
it is.
Southern women.
No,
from
that's
the
not
80s.
even it. I just don't have the time to invest in this old TV show.
Joel, I think you'd like it.
Joel, you have more time on your hands. Watch Designing Women and tell me how it goes.
All right, I'll watch all of it and I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Tell me by
Lock
next
myself
week,
in
would
a
ya?
room and watch all of it.
It's so good.
So we got a flashback episode of Flash season 1
Yes.
coming up on Monday. I cannot remember much of this episode, so it should be
should be interesting.
It should be interesting on a rewind.
Should be interesting.
Just to whet the palate for what's coming up later in a
Yeah.
couple months to
Yeah,
get that
oh my
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Christ.
Oh my god, it got me just as excited again talking
Well,
about it.
this will draw your excitement even more
Perfect.
with us talking about Flash Season 1.
I can't freaking wait. And then what do we got coming up later in the week?
And then, of course, for Thursday, it's the big release. One of the big releases. We're talking about the Joker.
Joker.
Joker coming
Joker.
out. Joker. You're
Great.
the man now, Joker.
Perfect. So, hopefully I can make it out to the theater to see that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have too much of an issue doing that. But until we talk about that on Thursday,
Yes.
I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
I am JD3K.
And we are off.